You can try to find Michael Brown.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
Let's start all over again. The midterm elections are about, 21 days away now. And probably one of the more important aspects of elections that gets overlooked is ballot integrity, ballot security. That's another way of saying that secretaries of state, county clerks, election boards, all of these people have a legal obligation, including a civic obligation, to make sure that only eligible voters are allowed to vote in any election, a federal election, state election, local election, a special district election. I don't care what it is. And apparently ballot security and ballot integrity apparently is a major civil rights issue of our time. Who'd have thunk it? Who would have thought that ballot security and making certain that only eligible voters are allowed to vote is a civil rights issue? Democrats have fought ballot integrity and ballot security laws wherever they pop up. They just lost one of those battles recently. Back on August 1st of 2016, a federal court issued an injunction forbidding North Dakota from enforcing a newly enacted voter ID law. Now, the state legislature, undeterred, Governor Doug Burgum signed into law House Bill 1369, and despite the temporary restraining order, the law that he signed in, the bill that he signed into law, reestablished the state's voter ID requirement. This replacement law allowed for the use of alternative means of identification, including such, in my opinion, stupid things like a utility bill. I think a utility bill is quite legitimate to show residency, that I actually live at this particular location, because if you look at the utility bill, you'll see that it's in my name. That doesn't necessarily establish voter eligibility. It just might meet one of the requirements, which is residency. The sticking point in the law that was passed in North Dakota was that the ID, the utility bill, had to show a street address. Now, why is that critical? It's critical in ensuring that voters only vote in the district where they are eligible. If I don't live in Diana DeGette, who is one of our local congressmen, if I don't live in her district, then I shouldn't be voting in that particular congressional election, any more than I should be voting in a congressional election in the state of Texas right now. So a claim was made. Are you ready? A claim was made that requiring the utility bill to show a street address disenfranchised American Indian voters that were using post office boxes or rural route addresses. I would argue that the post office may or may not be valid, depending on how many post offices there are and how they're spread out among congressional districts or any other sort of boundary lines. But rural route addresses, if you want to, you could go to the local post office and they could give you the information that would show what congressional district or state house or state senate district that you might live in. So anyway, fast forward. That was back in August of 2016. In April of 2018, the United States District Court for the District of North Dakota agreed with the people that opposed the new North Dakota voter ID law. So the state of North Dakota appealed that decision to the 8th Circuit, And back on September 24, the 8th Circuit granted the state's request for a stay of the district court's decision. And the plaintiffs appealed to the Supreme Court, and they got an answer. The Supreme Court allowed the North Dakota voter ID requirement, which had been enjoined during the primaries, to be enforced in the upcoming general election. And the left went ballistic. Kyle Griffin, for example, tweeted, Mother Jones reports that a decision from the Supreme Court to uphold a lower court ruling on voting in North Dakota will likely make it harder for tribal North Dakotans to cast a ballot. The order, Mother Jones says, could hurt Heidi Heitkamp's re-election. Time out for just one moment. How many of these Indians do you think have driver's licenses? Yeah, probably all of them. How many of those driver's licenses probably have some sort of street address on them? The other thing that a voter can do, now, let's be realistic here. I'm not talking about Elizabeth Warren. But if you're an Indian living on a reservation and you don't have a street address, yet you have a post office box, you have utilities, you have managed to make it to a post office to rent a post office box, and every week or every month or every day, you're able to make it to that post office box to insert your key, turn it clockwise, pull your mail out, close the door, turn it back counterclockwise, pull the key out, get back in your car, and drive back to your home that may or may not have a street address. Why do I say all of that? Because if you can do all of that, you can go to the county courthouse where the election board is, or the county clerk, and you can fill out an affidavit as to what your address is, and you can probably cast a provisional ballot, or more than likely, if you fill out an affidavit under penalty of perjury that you live at such and such place, and you live in a particular House and Senate district, you live in a particular congressional district, you're probably going to be allowed to vote. It just means that you have to make an extra trip. So while you're making your trip to the post office to pick up your government check or whatever else you're picking up, you can just walk right over to the courthouse and fill out that affidavit. Eric Holder tweets, outrageous/unjust. Republicans in North Dakota make it harder for Native Americans to vote, requiring street addresses when many of them use P.O. boxes in rural areas. Supreme Court allows. Law passed after Heitkamp won last time. Nothing more than voter suppression. This is another example of the great cultural divide. The left wants to scream somehow that it's voter suppression. We want to scream that it's ballot integrity. It's assuring that only those who are qualified to vote actually vote. Now, who could be opposed to that? Who could be opposed to making certain that only the people who are qualified to vote actually vote in an election? Oh, yeah, probably those who want people who are not qualified to go vote. Because if you're not qualified to vote and you're voting, more likely than not, you're voting Democrat.
Text Michael a piece of your mind. Send your message along with his name, Mike, to 57739.
This report is brought to you by your local Ford store.
Highways continue to heavy up and slow down this afternoon, starting with the I-25 interchange. Heavier traffic downtown, both sides of the highway. There was an accident southbound I-25 at Spear. That crash is gone. Southbound stop and go from I-70 on down. And southbound 225, an accident near the I-25 interchange. Injury crash running crowded there from Parker Road. And a stall backing up westbound C-470 at Quebec. An accident northbound Spear near Colfax set a crash on Federal at Exposition. Then forecast tonight, clear skies, low of 32. Sunny tomorrow, high of 53, 59 Thursday. Right now it is 55 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
All-wheel drive isn't all you get with a new Ford SUV. You'll get features that keep you safe and versatility you need for Colorado. Now get big cash back, low APR financing, or amazing lease offers on the official SUVs of the Denver Broncos. Ford, go further.
You know, this time of year it could snow any day, and it might be a heavy, wet snow. That's why I want to make sure that your roof is ready. You ought to know about Spike McCarthy and Golden Spike Roofing. Golden Spike is a locally owned company, and they're dedicated to providing a better quality roof for the money than anybody else in town. So before the snow and ice hit again, I want you to call Golden Spike, and here's why. You can get a thorough and a free inspection of your roof to make sure that you're not left out in the cold this winter. And if you have an insurance claim, well, I think you ought to call Golden Spike first. You know why? Because they'll assist you all the way through the process, everything from claim to completion. So don't take a chance on an out-of-state or fly-by-night roofer. Instead, for roofing done right to the last nail, I want you to call Golden Spike Roofing. 303-942-1386. 303-942-1386.
Hi folks, Dan Cicchini. Oh my gosh, how can it be that we started Done Right Home Improvements way back in 1985 already? How could it be that 3 of our grandkids are now working in the business? Geez, we didn't have grandkids back then. And to think that we've designed, built, and installed tens of thousands of projects, how can that be, Todd?
Dad, it's the things you've always taught us. Do good work, show up on time, price fairly, and above all, keep your promises. Our performance speaks for itself. Whether it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, they have our word we'll treat them right at Done Right.
You betcha, Todd. And with the weather like it is and today's incentives, that's right, incentives, now is the time to call and save a full 12% off all services for select install dates. 303-722-2295, 800-362-8370, or drhi.com. 303-722-2295.
Is your heating and air conditioning system on the fritz? Did you know more than 70% of household energy consumption is from heating and cooling? Winter is on the way, folks, so don't just repair it. Call Solar for America and completely replace it with a brand new HVAC system with zero down and payments as low as $59 a month. Get a fast free quote right over the phone and we'll get you installed in just one day. And you heard right. With your good credit, finance a brand new state-of-the-art heating and AC system with zero down for as little as $59 a month. Don't spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars making costly repairs when a brand new energy-efficient heating and AC system may actually save you money. If your HVAC system is 8 years or older, it's time to replace it. So get a free quote from the pros at Solar for America. Just call 888-912-7353. That's 888-912-7353. It's a brand new state-of-the-art heating and AC system with zero down for as little as $59 a month. 888-912-7353. 888-912-7353.
Hey, does it seem like your life really isn't your own? Tired of sacrificing your most valuable asset, the limited time you have on this earth, for a paycheck? This is Dave Logan. You know, my friends at Online Trading Academy have been teaching powerful Wall Street techniques to Main Street investors for over 20 years. Sign up now for a free half-day class. Classes are limited. Online Trading Academy, the only financial educator I personally endorse. Reserve your free class by calling 303-547-3588 or tradingacademy.com.
Do you suffer from dental phobia? Those painful twice-a-year outbreaks of swollen anxiety or inflamed fear? Then a Willow Creek Way independent dentist may be the remedy you're after. We offer exceptional dental care, your way, whatever that way is, with no pressure, no fear, and no judgment. We'll even play your favorite music while you're here. Plus, new patients receive a free Philips Sonicare electric toothbrush. For exceptional dental care, your way, visit willowcreekway.com.
It's never been easier to get rewarded at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk. Sign up for the fan club because all new members win up to $1,000 fan play or other great prizes. Membership is free, and all new members are instant winners. Plus, provide a valid email address and you'll receive an extra $5 fan play. So come on down and let the winning begin at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk.
Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky, and it's now been about 2 months since my NeoGraft hair restoration procedure with Dr. Broadway, and the results are exceeding my already high expectations. My hair looks the best it's looked in 15 years, and that's not just my opinion, it's my wife's. With the minimally invasive NeoGraft, your hair looks completely natural because it's your hair, simply in a different place on your head. For your free consultation, call 303-680-8989 or visit denverhairrestoration.com. That's denverhairrestoration.com.
What do you hear? Most people just hear an engine. We hear a 6.2-liter Hemi V8 with a supercharger that accelerates so fast, it'll suck the air out of your lungs and knock you back in your seat like you're an astronaut in a rocket ship hurtling through the stratosphere. But then again, we're not most people. We're the Brotherhood of Muscle. Dodge. Domestic, not domesticated. Dodge is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
I've bought more guns at one place than any other place in my life, and that's at Gunsport in Boulder. You'll find Gunsport at 14th and Arapahoe in Boulder. Easy drive. Go up and visit the guys and tell them Michael Brown sent you. Gunsport at 14th and Arapahoe or online, gunsport.us.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Consumer problems, questions, and complaints. We'll battle them for you. Give me a call coming up tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
There's a fork in the road in front of me, at the crossroads of identity. The devil is standing to the left. He says either way they both lead to death. And the high road's steady and steep, and the low road's easy and deep. Yes, I'll fall down my feet. Yes, I'll fall down my feet. I've a friend who lies and steals and cheats. Always taking more.
Those of you watching on Facebook and YouTube, you ought to be able to, you should be wishing you could read lips right now. Some people drive me back crap crazy. It fascinates me. Angie, what's my job here? Let me just vent my frustrations for a moment. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What is my job as an AM radio talk show host on a conservative program?
Well, you have to talk about what's going on in the world today.
Very good. How do you think I might go about doing that?
Well, I mean, you could watch the news.
Yeah, right. Could do that.
You could go look up online newspapers and articles.
Yeah, I could do that too. You're right.
You can also go on social media.
Yeah, right.
That could link you to an actual story.
Right, yeah. I could just drive up and down the street and just ask people what's going on too.
You could do that.
Or you know what I could do? I could just start sleeping in late every morning. In fact, I just start, I'll tell Tamara tonight, look, from now on, I'm sleeping until about 9 or 10 o'clock every morning. And then I'm going to roll out of bed, I don't know, maybe have a little bowl of cereal, maybe get a bagel or something, and maybe take the dogs to get their McDonald's piece of sausage. And then come back and take another nap until noontime. And then, I don't know, maybe start drinking until showtime.
Oh,
yeah.
That would be a really interesting show.
It would probably make a much better show, wouldn't it?
It totally would.
And while we have good ratings now, the ratings would be even better then, right?
Right, because...
And I wouldn't have to do squat.
No.
Yeehaw! Here we go. All right, so anyway, we're talking about voter ID and how in North Dakota, the Supreme Court has upheld North Dakota's voter ID law. Wow. Now, in all seriousness, this is a positive turn of events. But not just because the Supreme Court ruled in North Dakota's favor, but I believe it's a positive turn of events because the voter ID issue is becoming settled, at least at the circuit and Supreme Court level. Now, you'll always have, until you get a case in front of the Supreme Court that is broad enough or the Supreme Court rules broadly enough that says, okay, we're tired of getting a case from the Fifth Circuit, we get one from the 10th Circuit, we get someone that's just crazy from the Ninth Circuit, we get something from the First, we're tired of this. So we're going to issue a broad ruling about the constitutionality of voter ID laws, taking into account all of these different circuit court of opinions. And then we're going to direct the federal district court judges that this is now our ruling on voter ID. Boom. Constitutional, not constitutional, and establish the parameters. That's actually how you decide a case in the Supreme Court without making new law. You say, based on all these other decisions, here are the parameters within which a voter ID law is constitutional. Bam. And you don't even have to pay for this law school education. Democrats won't give up, though. How do I know? Because yesterday on CNN, I'm so sick of cable news. It's another reason why I just want to start sleeping in and drinking before I come into the program. I don't watch a lot of cable news, but I do off and on during the day. I will turn on the TV. The way my setup is downstairs is I keep the remote control over by the laptop and the desktop computers. And every once in a while, I'll flip on the TV at the top of the hour to see because you can pretty much know in the first A block what are the big stories of the day. And so, like at 9 o'clock, I might turn on Fox at 10 and then listen to the A block. And at 10 o'clock, I've turned it off, and then at 10 o'clock, I'll turn it on. I'll flip over to CNN, see what they've got in the A block. Well, yesterday, co-host John Berman claims that voting rights in the United States are under siege. Like on the Western Front. I don't know, like on the Chosin Reservoir in North Korea. It's under voting rights are under siege.
It has been called the new civil rights issue of our age, the right to vote.
It is not a civil rights issue. Every state has residency requirements. They have voting requirements. And in order to enforce those, some states have said, we want to know who you are when you show up. So if you show up and you got, some Mexican crappy ID that you had made at the border, that ain't going to work. Like North Dakota, we want to see a utility bill. We want to see something so that we know you're actually voting in the right place. And don't you want to know that you're voting in the right place so that when you actually do vote, your vote counts?
Vote, and it's now under siege in several states. Our senior political analyst, John Avalon, here.
Oh, get ready. John Avalon. Remember John Avalon? He's always the guy that comes in and gives the CNN political analyses.
With a reality check, sir.
Yes.
A reality check.
A non-royal baby-free reality check. Now, this weekend, Georgia Senator David Perdue snatched a student's cell phone as he was beginning to ask a question about voter suppression.
How can you endorse a candidate?
No, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. You stole my property. You stole my property.
You wanted a
Give me
picture?
my phone back.
You wanted a picture? I'm going to give it to you.
Give me my phone back, Senator.
Now, you can see why a senator might lose his cool. The facts are hard to defend here. Under the guise of protecting election integrity, and who wouldn't want that, Republicans in several states are knocking hundreds of thousands of people off the voter rolls.
Stop. Going to stop anyway because Angie's going to make me do a commercial here in a minute. Do you know why people get kicked off the voter rolls? Because you don't vote for multiple years. So how do we know? Maybe you died. Maybe you moved away. Maybe you're an invalid. Maybe, just maybe, you are on a ventilator somewhere and you can't move, speak, read, write, or even breathe on your own. Or maybe you're a talk show host and you got so fed up with this crap, you just ran off to Colombia, never to be seen again. They need to find out whether you still exist or not.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
This report is sponsored by Zero, beautiful accounting software that's powered by people.
Crowded drive traveling into downtown. Backups along North Van I-25. A new accident on North Van I-25 near Colfax. Left lane, North Van I-25 blocked. Running heavy from Downing on up toward I-70. At least a 15-minute drive for you through there. Southbound 225 looking better into the tech center. Had an accident near the I-25 interchange. That crash is gone. Report of an accident eastbound on 1st Avenue, approaching University right in Cherry Creek, and an accident near Federal and Exposition. Then a forecast tonight, clear skies, a low of 32. It'll be sunny tomorrow, high near 53. 59 Thursday, right now 55. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
With Zero, small businesses and accountants can work together at any time. With real-time financials, bank connections, unlimited users, and online invoicing, it's beautiful accounting software that's powered by people. Visit xero.com/join today.
You know, I told you I turned down a solar company one time because when I looked at the business model, it was just wacko. That's no longer the case with Zoetic Solar. With Zoetic Solar, it's pretty simple. They replace your current electric bill as payment for your own solar panels. What does that mean? Your monthly out-of-pocket is the same as your electric bill, but the difference is you now own your energy source and you're not paying Xcel or somebody else. There's no down payment required. And once your panels are paid off, you've got free energy for your house. You own those solar panels. This obviously gives you more money in your pocket and increases your home's value. And when Zoetic puts solar panels on your roof, they're also going to insulate your attic, which it probably needs, and put in a smart home thermostat for free. Saves you even more money. The other reason I like Zoetic, Colorado owned and operated. They're right here in Denver. So if you've even been thinking about solar for your home or your business, I want you to call these guys right now and get a free quote. You'll love them. 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
What kind of cereal should I buy?
How about something with more antioxidants, less sugar, and tons of flavor?
Well, I do like flavor.
Then it's time to make the switch to Grainberry cereal with amazing onyx sorghum.
What's onyx sorghum?
It's an ancient grain, rich in natural fiber for sugar control, with more antioxidants than any fruit or vegetable.
Do you always hang out in the cereal aisle?
Yeah, pretty much.
Look for Grainberry cereals with amazing onyx sorghum. Grainberry.
This is Ed Green, and we love Colorado because of the outdoors. But if knee, shoulder, or hip pain is slowing you down, call my friend Dr. Joanne Halbrecht with Boulder Regenerative Medicine. Dr. Halbrecht's an orthopedic surgeon and my expert on regenerative medicine and stem cell therapy. Dr. Halbrecht can provide non-surgical treatment options that work best for you. So stop living with pain and call Boulder Regenerative Medicine at 303-449-8807, 303-449-8807, or visit boulderinstitute.com.
For a limited time, get a free furnace with the purchase of an AC system. No gimmicks, a real deal from Plumline Services, but it won't last long. Special no-interest financing, a 10-year parts and labor warranty, and up to $1,500 in utility company rebates. No tricks, no gimmicks, just straight savings. Call now because it's over when they run out of these promotional units. 303-562-0439, 562-0439, plumlineservices.com. Call now, 562-0439.
It's said that death and taxes are the only two certainties in life. A third you hope is a financially secure retirement. That requires a plan based on your purposes. What do you want to do? Where do you want to live? Travel. How much income will you need? When to take Social Security? And an estate plan for your loved ones. This is Mike Rosen for Ridgegate Financial, a registered investment advisory firm led by its founder, Wally Smith. Wally's team at Ridgegate invites you to sit down with them in crafting a plan to get you to and through a contented retirement. They'll review your pension and retirement income, advise you on Social Security options, stress test your portfolio, and recommend ways to improve your probability of success. For your free personal retirement review, call 303-PLANNER, that's 303-752-6637, or online at ridgegatefinancial.com.
Ridgegate Financial is a registered investment advisor firm, and Wally Smith is an investment advisor representative of the firm offering financial planning, insurance, and investment services.
Adults who have crooked teeth and always wanted to deal with them, there is a way to do that. Dr. Kent Lawson has pioneered new orthodontics for adults. Straighten your teeth, widen your palate, take care of jaw alignment, help you with TMJ, stop sleep apnea with natural means in 2 years or less, way cheaper than getting a mouthful of veneers. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, 303-6 303-690-0100. 303-690-0100.
It's time. Time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Looking to save money on Medicare Part D? Well, Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy for many plans, including United Healthcare, which means lower copays for you. Together, Walgreens and United Healthcare make saving on Medicare Part D quick and easy. So, bring your prescriptions to your nearest Walgreens and Duane Reade pharmacies and start saving today. Walgreens, trusted since 1901.
Denver's talk station. Online at khow.com.
From the back room, calling my name and I follow just to find you. I trace the faith to a broken down television and put on the weather. And I've trained myself to give up on the past, cause I've frozen time between hearses and caskets. Lost control when I panicked at the acid test. I wanna get better. While my friends were getting high and chasing girls down parkway lines, I was losing my mind because the love that I gave wasted on
Voter ID, CNN claims that is the new civil rights movement of the, of this election cycle. So here we're listening to Berman, John Berman, CNN New Day co-host, turning it over to John Avlon, not Avalon, Avlon, who first shows video of Georgia Republican Senator David Perdue responding negatively to a student that's asking him a question where the kid actually is accusing Republicans of voter suppression. Avalon says, now you can see why the senator might lose his cool here. After all, the facts are hard to defend here. Under the guise of voter integrity, who wouldn't want that? Republicans in several states are knocking hundreds of thousands of people off the voting rolls. And then he continues.
In Georgia, nearly 600,000 people purged during one weekend in July, with an additional 53,000 applications left in limbo. In Indiana, nearly 500,000 threatened with being knocked off voter rolls. In Ohio, a use it or lose it law where failure to vote in 2 consecutive elections may cause you to lose your registration.
Now notice his language. In Ohio, a use it or lose it law where failure to vote in 2 consecutive elections may cause you to lose your registration. Not that it does, but that it may. Here's the actual law in Ohio. A voter has to refrain from voting for almost 6 years and then absolutely refuse to respond and ignore a request by the local election board for an address verification inquiry during that 6-year period, and then you're dropped. You see, I don't really think that's actually very good. That allows other people, let's say you did die, let's say you moved, that just opens the door for voter fraud, particularly in a state like Colorado where every ballot's a mail-in ballot. How many of you, I won't use his name, but we had a story 2 years ago of a guy, friend of mine, who was telling me about, well, he took photographs of the mailboxes in the garage of his apartment building. And over in the trash can were dozens of ballots because people come and go from apartments. They don't change their address. They don't move it. They don't give a forwarding address. And the ballots from the people who are now in that particular apartment, they just tossed them in the trash can. Do you know how easy it would be to commit voter fraud with those ballots?
In swing states North Carolina and Florida, attempts to roll back early voting. And in 9 deep red states, thousands of polling places shuttered over the last 5 years, disproportionately affecting poor and minority communities. And in
Here's how you think like a liberal. Disproportionately affecting poor and minority communities. So what he's really saying is, if you're poor and a minority, you're too lazy and you're too stupid to go register to vote. So let us do it for you. Let the government wheel up in a little voter motor registration van, pull up to your house, walk in, have everything filled out in advance for you, and all you have to do is just, in fact, you don't even have to lift your hand. They'll just lift your hand, and they'll just, I don't know what they'll do with a pen. Maybe they can just it'll be like voting in the Iraqi elections. They'll just take your finger and dip it in an inkwell, and then just boom over there, and you're registered to vote. My God, if we can't accept that what they're doing is not only racist by saying that minorities are too stupid to figure this out, and that they're denigrating the poor by saying apparently they're too lazy to figure it out. It is about ballot security, ballot integrity. And you know what? Here's my theory too. Bite me if you don't like this. You don't vote in 2 or 3, 4 elections, I think you ought to be removed from the voter rolls. We got too many people voting as it is. We got too many dumbasses out there voting.
North Dakota, voter ID laws that could disenfranchise thousands of Native Americans ahead of a race that could determine control of the Senate.
No, that race in North Dakota is not going to determine control of the Senate. Get over it. But remember, this is CNN. So what are they doing? They're playing to their base.
Critics say this isn't about integrity. It's about winning elections by any means necessary. So let's start in Georgia, where the man running for governor, Brian Kemp, is also the Secretary of State and therefore in charge of elections. Now, by performing voter list maintenance, Kemp already cut 600,000 voters from the rolls. Now his state has put into place an exact match system, which, if the voter's information doesn't exactly match across several lists in the state, things like skipped middle names, hyphens, typos, that person's name is put into a pending list. 53,000 people and counting are now on that list. And the Associated Press says that nearly 70...
No, hang on a minute. He repeats the 53,000 voter purge in Georgia a couple of times. But he didn't bother to say to the viewers that voters can still walk in and vote on Election Day if they bring in a photo ID, which is already required in Georgia, and cast a provisional ballot in the absence of a photo ID. So if you walk in with a photo ID in Georgia, even though you didn't get a ballot, you can still walk in and vote that day. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I just said you'd have to actually walk in and vote. It doesn't prevent and it doesn't suppress the vote. And let me just say this. If you want to make a case to me that's saying that if you've had your name removed from the voter registration list because you haven't voted in a couple of elections and now you have to walk in and the libs say that that's suppression because you got to get off your fat ass and walk into a courthouse and go vote on Election Day, cry me a river. Cry me a freaking river. Because you know what? Voting in this country, quite frankly, ought to be changed. The voting age ought to be changed to 25 or 35 or 45. Maybe we ought to go back to having a requirement that you actually own property. How about this? If you don't like the idea of having property owners vote, how about the idea that you have to prove that you paid at least, I don't know, $1 in federal income taxes? Prove that you actually have game in the system. Prove that you actually have some sort of vested interest in the system by paying taxes before you vote. Oh, that Michael Brown, oh, he's awful, awful. No, I just don't like stupid people voting. Or for that matter, stupid people on CNN.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is sponsored by CC's.
Try to drive along the highways, starting with I-25. Some trouble downtown. Heavy traffic both sides of the highway. South on I-25 near Spear. That accident is gone. Heavy from I-70. Some stop and go getting down past Spear. Crashes on North on I-25. An accident near 8th Avenue. Left lanes are blocked off. North on I-25 near 8th. And a second crash on North I-25 up near Colfax. Left lane tied up there. Had a problem on westbound C-470 near Quebec. That has been cleared. Watch for an accident. Federal and next position. Then with forecast, tonight clear skies, a low of 32. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 53. 59 Thursday. Right now it's 55. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
Try CC's new Meat Eater and Supreme Endless Pan Pizzas, now for a limited time. Load up on crust and toppings, not on price. Starting at just $5.99 on the unlimited buffet. Only at CC's. Prices and participation vary. Taxes and drinks excluded. Restrictions apply.
You know, sometimes in radio, you go meet with a potential sponsor and you sit down and you start talking, and suddenly you realize, you know what? Not only do I really like this person, but this is somebody that if I needed their services, this is exactly who I would want to turn to. I met one of those people recently, personal injury attorney Mark Simon. Mark personifies my view of what a great lawyer should be. Mark is compassionate, caring, hardworking, and he's tenacious. And I know you and I are bombarded with attorney ads on radio and television at the wazoo. Well, let me tell you why you should hire Mark Simon. Because I would. Mark's deep conviction about caring for his client, I think, stems from his background as a registered nurse. My respect for him stems from his experience. Mark only takes cases that are legitimate, where people have been denied just compensation for their injuries, and Mark does the work himself. As a lawyer, that means a lot to me. So if you, a friend, a family member, have been hurt in an accident at work or anywhere, I want you to call the lawyer that I would call, Mark Simon, 303-321-HURT. 303-321-HURT, or online, coloradolawyer.net.
Income is the outcome that matters most in retirement. Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. I've been in retirement planning and wealth management for over 35 years. If I doubled your portfolio, that might not change your lifestyle. You'd still be you. However, if I doubled your income, that can make a significant impact on your retirement. Whether you're retired or want to see how soon that can happen, give me a call to set up a complimentary, no-obligation visit, and I'll show you how I can help you get the most sustainable income out of Social Security, your 401ks, your IRAs, your rental properties, and your brokerage accounts. When you know what's coming in this month, next month, and every month thereafter, you'll be able to enjoy retirement to the fullest. Retire happy. Retire with Tucker. You can reach us at 303-734-1234. That's 303-734-1234.
This is not an offer to buy or sell. Securities are offered through Tucker Asset Management.
Men, if you've been dealing with ED for more than a short time, you've probably heard of or even tried a few different treatments, and I hope something worked for you. But if nothing did, there may be a solution. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and that solution is called GainsWave, offered by Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. GainsWave is a type of extracorporeal shockwave therapy, or ESWT, which uses sound wave technology to improve blood flow in a process that's completely non-invasive, requires no pills and no other treatments. Now, ESWT has been in use in more than 20 other countries for at least 15 years with great success. It's backed by multiple scientific studies, and yes, I did read some of them myself. If other ED treatments haven't worked for you, or if you've been waiting for something completely non-invasive and requiring no pills, Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic can likely help you with GainsWave. So schedule an appointment today at their office in Denver, Colorado Springs, or their new location in Castle Rock. Call today, 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900 or RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
I recently learned that the average person spends 24 hours a week online. As a small business owner without a website, that means they spend exactly none of those hours with me. Yikes. I had to fix that and fix it quick. So I went with GoDaddy. I grabbed the right domain name, then chose from hundreds of modern, customizable designs created for all kinds of businesses, from restaurants to real estate. In no time, I connected my social profiles to my site and used simple tools to climb higher in relevant Google searches. And get this, I can update my site anytime, even from my phone. With no technical skills, I built my site in under an hour. And when I needed help, their award-winning 24/7 support was at the ready. Boom. Make your idea real, like I did, and make your own way. Start for free at GoDaddy.com. All the tools and help you need to succeed online.
Are you having a barbecue or going to one? If you're gluten-free or have gluten-free friends, don't limit yourself to just eating the burger or the dog without the bun. Let gluten-free things put the fun back in the bun without the worry of gluten. Freshly baked breads, buns, and more at Gluten-Free Things Bakery in Arvada and online at glutenfreethings.com.
I grew up in a military family, and that's why it's important to me to remind veterans that it's time to take advantage of the VA benefits that you deserve. This is Ross Kaminsky, and I thank you, and American Financing thanks you for your service and want to see that you receive the greatest savings when it comes to owning a home on the land you once defended. When using your VA benefits, there's no down payment and no mortgage interest required, and you'll receive some of the lowest rates in the industry. If you're already in a mortgage, it's no problem. You can refinance any existing mortgage into a VA loan while receiving access to 100% of your home's value. That's greater than any other loan program can offer, and even though it's called a VA loan, it's available to active duty military and spouses as well, so you don't have to wait to take advantage of such incredible savings. A salary-based mortgage consultant will listen to your financial goals and customize a loan program to fit your needs. Just call 303-695-7000, 303-695-7000, or AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Tom Martino, the troubleshooter, tomorrow morning at 10.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
If Denver's talking about it, you'll hear it on 630 KHOW.
So, Angie, should I go on the rant right now about Facebook? since this has been a rant-free hour.
Well, it'll at least let everyone who was watching on Facebook know what's going on.
Yeah, Facebook sucks. Facebook, capital S-U-X, big time, exclamation point, sucks. Facebook sucks. They've kicked us off. So if you'll go over to youtube.com/Michael Brown Today, youtube.com/Michael Brown Today, and when you get over there, you can join in the chat, but before you do, subscribe. Angie, how many subscribers do we have on the channel? Channel 1,681. Come on, we can get to 1,700 subscribers today, can't we? All those Facebook yahoos, come on, all you Facebook yahoos that have gotten kicked off the Facebook, join the real cool kids over on YouTube. YouTube.com. You don't even have to go Google it. Just go to youtube.com/ or / Michael Brown Today. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, not next week, not last year. Today. Michael Brown Today. And you'll see the little subscription button. Hit subscribe. And you should, because Angie pays $10 per subscription. Per week, I think. Or is it per day? Do you pay $10 a week or $10 a day per subscriber?
Per week.
Per week? Okay. Why don't you boost that up to $15 an hour? Why don't you boost it up to $15 a subscription?
No.
You know what? You know why? Because you're a communist.
What?
You're a communist. You should spread the wealth a little bit. You should spread your wealth. You should take your wealth and spread it among the subscribers to the Michael Brown YouTube page.
No, not worth it.
You're an absolute, you're just a commie.
Hey. That is not very nice words there.
What are you gonna do? File an HR complaint?
I will put it in my binder.
Please do. Maybe I can get a couple of days off. File an HR complaint, would you please? How many people at their work are thinking to themselves right now, man, if I could get an HR complaint filed and get a couple of days off, and now everybody's going to be running around their office. Hey, file an HR complaint. I want a couple of days off. With pay, of course. We don't want 2 days off without pay. We want 2 days off with pay. The Google CEO, speaking of YouTube, has refused to answer a list of questions from U.S. lawmakers about the company's secret plan for a censored search engine in China. Why would Google want to hide anything about a search engine that they're developing with the Chinese government so they can track down dissidents? Because, you know what? Think about that. if Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton or Eric Holder, if a Democrat wins. By the way, you know what? Just as a sidebar real quickly. Do you know what I read last night? El Presidente has already raised, are you ready for this? $100 million for his 2020 re-election campaign. You Democrats, you better just keep fighting among yourselves, because you know what? That locomotive, that Trump train is moving on down the line. $100 million, and it's not even 2019 yet. We haven't even gotten past the midterms, and he's already got $100 million. In a letter newly obtained by The Intercept, the Google CEO told a bipartisan group of 6 senators that Google could have broad benefits inside and outside of China, but said he would not share details about the censored search engine because it remains unclear whether the company would or could release a search service in China. Let me interpret that Google speak for you. We are actively developing a search engine for China because we want to make money in China. We want to sell ads to the 200 billion plus people that live in China as badly as we want to serve ads to the 300 and some 20 million Americans that live in the old US of A. So we're going to work with the Chinese government to come up with a search engine. And yes, if the Chinese government wants to be able to track down dissidents so they can go, Chinese government here, open up, boom, you're dead. Or Chinese government here, step outside, please, never to be seen again. Google wants to help do that. Because what does Google care about? Does Google, and what kills me, as I've told you before, the CEO of Google, Sundar Pichai, or whatever his name is, however you pronounce it, I don't know and I don't care. Russian refugees. His parents came here to escape the old Soviet Union communism. And now here he is. I bet his parents are so proud. Do you think his parents even understand what he's doing? That he's making it possible for dissidents in China to be served up on a silver platter to the government Chi-coms so that they can go throw them in a Husgau or a gulag somewhere, never to be seen or heard from again. And you wonder why. YouTube is the only thing. YouTube is the only Google service that I use. And we may start broadcasting on Vimeo, too, just to have an alternative. Refusing to tell senators what they're doing in China. What do you got to hide? Just ask him.
The Michael Brown Show continues after this.
Michael Brown here for Mike Ward Infiniti, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and McLaren. You know I've known Mike and his family for decades, so you know when I leased a new car? Yep, it was Mike Ward Infiniti, Maserati, Alfa Romeo, Fiat, and McLaren. Go see Mike at C470 in Lucent, and remember, just drive it.
Hey guys, it's Ross Kaminsky, and it's now been about 2 months since my NeoGraft hair restoration procedure with Dr. Broadway, and the results are exceeding my already high expectations. My hair looks the best it's looked in 15 years, and that's not just my opinion, it's my wife's. With the minimally invasive NeoGraft, your hair looks completely natural because it's your hair, simply in a different place on your head. For your free consultation, call 303-680-8989 or visit denverhairrestoration.com. That's denverhairrestoration.com.
Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
Clear skies tonight with a low of 34 degrees. Sunny for the rest of the week. 63 on Friday and Saturday, 68 on Sunday.
This report is sponsored by CiCi's. Try CiCi's new meat eater and Supreme Endless Pan Pizzas, now for a limited time. Load up on crust and toppings, not on price, starting at just $5.99 on the unlimited buffet. Only at CiCi's. Prices and participation vary. Taxes and drinks excluded. Restrictions apply.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
in defense of Saudi Arabia. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. President Trump giving the kingdom the benefit of the doubt when it comes to the disappearance of a journalist in Turkey.
In an interview with the Associated Press, President Trump compared condemnation of Saudi Arabia to the allegations made against Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh, saying, "Here we go again. You're guilty until proven innocent." President Trump has spoken with the Saudi Crown Prince and King Salman. Both say they do not know what happened to Jamal Khashoggi, a Washington Post contributor and journalist who went missing from the Saudi consulate in Istanbul, Turkey, 2 weeks ago. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo met with Saudi leaders today and says there was a serious commitment to hold officials accountable in the disappearance of Khashoggi.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. The president sat down for a wide-ranging interview with Fox's Trish Regan, saying that his biggest threat is the Fed.
Because the Fed is raising rates too fast, and it's independent, so I don't speak to him, but I'm not happy with what he's doing because it's going too fast, because you looked at the last inflation numbers, they're very low.
On Trish Regan primetime on the Fox Business Network. Last week, the president blamed the Fed for the major drop on Wall Street. 1 week after Hurricane Michael roared through the Florida Panhandle, Georgia, and Alabama, the number of confirmed dead has risen to 26.
The cleanup is constant in places like Mexico Beach here. But as the pile of debris gets smaller, all of this battered construction material that's all around here is ready to be added to the pile. And despite pleas from local leaders, more residents are returning to places like Mexico Beach to pick through their belongings. Many found insurance close to the beach to be so expensive it was cost prohibitive, so they took their chances. Now Florida legislators say they want to put pressure on the federal government, which was very creative with assistance like the Road Home program after Katrina, and they want to use a similar program to help these homeowners rebuild.
Fox's Mike Tobin. This is Fox News.
There's nothing small about your business. Your passion, your hours, your reputation, it's all huge. Your partnerships, even bigger. With Dell Small Business Technology Advisors, you'll get the tech, advice, and one-on-one partnership to help your business grow. Because with reliable Dell PCs with Intel Core processors, you can focus on what matters most, getting business done. Call 877-BUY-DELL to speak with an advisor today. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
To experience relief from muscle cramps in your legs and feet, use TheraWorks Relief. This non-greasy foam is proven to relieve muscle cramps fast and reduce muscle soreness. TheraWorks Relief can also prevent muscle cramps before they start, so you can get a full night's sleep without having to worry about muscle cramps. TheraWorks Relief only takes minutes to apply, absorbs quickly, and it works. TheraWorks Relief is a life-changing product, and you don't even need a prescription. Get TheraWorks Relief today in the pain relief aisle at Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens pharmacies, or TheraWorksRelief.com.
KHOW News Time, 5:03.
Colorado's growing population gets another Level 1 trauma center. UC Health Hospital's Tom Grono.
We are the first Level 1 trauma center in the city of Aurora, and Aurora is the third largest city now in the state of Colorado. It becomes really a resource for the community and a resource for the region as well.
Level 1 trauma centers deliver the highest level of care to patients suffering trauma from car crashes, falls, gunshot wounds, and stabbings. 7 yesterday, 3 today. That's the number of smash and grab robberies in Parker. Today's crimes happened in the 12,000 block of Parker Road and the 19,000 block of Main Street. The suspect wears a ski mask and breaks a front window to get inside of the businesses. Ski season rolling on. Arapahoe Basin will open on Friday. Loveland will open for the season on Saturday. A Basin says they have nearly 2 feet of natural snow. Temps have been great to make snow as well. Wolf Creek was the first ski area to open this year. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
This report is brought to you by Westera Credit Union.
Try to drive along the highways, starting with I-25. Some trouble downtown. Heavy traffic both sides of the highway. South on I-25 near Spear. That accident is gone. Heavy from I-70, some stop and go getting down past Spear. Crashes on North on I-25. An accident near 8th Avenue. Left lanes are blocked off. North on I-25 near 8th. And a second crash on North on I-25 up near Colfax. Left lane tied up there. Had a problem on westbound C-470 near Quebec. That has been cleared. Watch for an accident. Federal and next position. Then with forecast, tonight clear skies, a low of 32. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 53. 59 Thursday. Right now it's 55. With traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Tell your bank to take a hike. You live in Colorado, so bank like a local. Switch to Westera Credit Union and get a free national or state parks pass when you complete a free financial review and open a CD, loan, or checking account. Then tell your bank to take a hike.
your shot at $1,000 right now. Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
Hey, Mikey.
It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown. Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
Yesterday, a federal judge dismissed Stormy Daniels' defamation lawsuit against the president. When Trump suggested that Stormy Daniels lied about being told to keep quiet about their alleged relationship, Stormy Daniels then claimed that Trump had defamed her. Not only was the complaint dismissed, but Daniels was ordered to pay the president's legal fees. Fox News tweeted out yesterday, just in, a judge has dismissed a defamation lawsuit brought by Stormy Daniels against President Trump, rules Daniels is liable for the president's attorney's fees. Over at the Washington Post, they report it this way. A federal judge on Monday dismissed a lawsuit from adult film actress Stormy Daniels that claimed Presidente Trump defamed her when he suggested she had lied about being threatened to keep quiet about their alleged relationship. Federal District Judge S. James Otero in Los Angeles had indicated during a late September hearing that he was skeptical of Daniels' claims on First Amendment grounds. The ruling ordered Daniels, whose given name is Stephanie Clifford, to pay Trump's legal fees. Trump attorney Charles Harder cheered Otero's decision and said the amount of legal fees owed would be determined later. No amount of spin or commentary by Stormy Daniels or her lawyer, Mr. Avenatti, can truthfully characterize today's ruling in any other way other than total victory for President Trump and total defeat for Stormy Daniels, Harder said in an emailed statement to the Washington Post. That makes yet another embarrassing loss for Michael Avenatti, who was most recently denied an audience with the Senate Judiciary Committee. You may remember this is the Avenatti and Avenatti law firm.
Have you slipped and fallen or accidentally been gang raped or even sexually assaulted? Even if you didn't really, you may be entitled to free publicity. At Avenatti and Avenatti, we troll for troubled women and exploit them for every ounce of earned media that we can manage. Remember that porn star you didn't really sleep with? Well, what are you waiting for? At Avenatti and Avenatti, we don't get publicity until you get publicity. Haven't suffered any high crimes or sex demeanors? No problem. Our team of publicity professionals will help trigger your memory until we find something suitably salacious for the major media to eat right up. We get you the publicity we deserve, because at Avenatti and Avenatti, we put the Avenatti back into Avenatti. Call 1-900-PORN-LAW to speak to an attorney now. It's 1-900-PORN-LAW. Calls are just $3,000 a minute.
I don't know how many other people mention this, but when you lose a case on a motion to dismiss or a motion for summary judgment, a motion to dismiss is where the lawyers say, Judge, we'd like for you to look at just the pleadings. Just look at the lawsuit and any pleadings that may have been filed between then, when the lawsuit is first filed, and in this case the defendant, President Trump, files his motion to dismiss. And we believe that based on the law, there is no basis at all for this lawsuit. When you lose a case on a motion to dismiss, you might as well get your checkbook out, because that means the judge probably thinks you have filed a frivolous lawsuit. Now, on a motion for summary judgment. A motion for summary judgment is this. Judge, We have gone through depositions. We've stipulated to these facts. These facts are not contested by either the plaintiff, in this case, Stormy Daniels, or the defendant, in this case, Donald Trump. And we're asking you to look at the facts, apply the law, and dismiss the case. If you lose a case on a motion for summary judgment, or you win a case on a motion for summary judgment, that's a pretty big deal. It's not often. I did it one time in my career. I won a case in a federal district court on a motion for summary judgment. I was suing on behalf of a state trooper. Did depositions, collected evidence, and I kept looking at it and thinking, I think I can win this thing. There's no reason to go to trial. I can win on a motion for summary judgment. So I got my little hot little hands down and I started typing it on an original Mac and started pounding away. And sure enough, the judge looked at it and without a hearing ruled on the motion for summary judgment in my favor, in the favor of the state trooper and against the state for having violated his civil rights, a Section 1983 case. Here, the court awarded attorney fees because looking at the four corners of the pleadings, the court determined that there was no basis in fact for this lawsuit. Now, I don't know who, if anybody, will file a complaint. Stormy Daniels certainly should, because Stormy Daniels should have been advised, look, you could end up being liable for attorney fees if the court determines that this is a frivolous lawsuit, which is why when you file a lawsuit, generally you have to have the party, the plaintiff, sign the pleadings also. Michael Avenatti, quite frankly, ought to be at least censured by the California Bar Association. Now, he probably won't because he's a liberal Democrat, and liberal Democrats, as we all know, are not subject to the same rules and regulations and the same laws that the rest of us are. But let's look at Mr. Avenatti for just a moment. A federal bankruptcy judge issued a restraining order to block the firm of Michael Avenatti, the lawyer for Stormy Daniels, from spending any money it collects while it owes more than $10 million in unpaid debts and back taxes. Judge Catherine Bauer of the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Santa Ana dealt a severe blow to Avenatti, whose personal financial troubles have deepened as his star has risen on cable news. You know, quite frankly, what that tells me is if your star is rising on cable news and a bankruptcy judge is telling you, I'm going to freeze all of your accounts because you owe fees in other cases, you owe fees to former lawyers, you owe money, back taxes, maybe you ought to get off cable news and pay attention to your practice. She said in a court hearing, I don't want him going out and buying a new house. Her order covers fees from 54 court cases, including the lawsuit that was just now dismissed. His Newport Beach firm, Egan Avenatti, emerged from Chapter 11 back in March after reaching agreements to pay its creditors. Then it doesn't pay its creditors. I can't believe this guy. But he's a Democrat. You see, Democrats don't have to abide by the rules. Democrats don't have to pay taxes. Democrats don't have to pay what they owe other people. No, they just go on cable news and they shout and run off their mouths like a bunch of weasels that they are.
This report is brought to you by Westera Credit Union.
Driving up north, a horrible drive. I-25 nearly stopped both directions near Erie Parkway. There's protesters on the overpass. South on I-25 near Erie Parkway, now an accident. South on I-25 at Erie Parkway. Traffic there is stopped. Backed up solid 2, Colorado Highway 52. North on I-25, solid from Highway 7. Metro Highways jammed as well. Slow traffic into downtown. Cleaning up an accident on North on I-25 near Colfax. Over in that left lane. Off-highway crash, Evans and Monaco. Then a forecast. Tonight, clear skies, low of 32. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 53. 59 Thursday, right now 55. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHEL.
Tell your bank to take a hike. You live in Colorado, so bank like a local. Switch to Westera Credit Union and get a free national or state parks pass when you complete a free financial review and open a CD, loan, or checking account. Then tell your bank to take a hike.
FAST is crystal clear calls on the nation's largest gig speed network. Beyond FAST is advanced voice solutions from Comcast Business that grow with your business. Like being able to join conference calls with one touch, without clumsy dial-ins and pins. And a Be Anywhere feature that lets you make and receive calls from any device and have them appear to be coming from your business line. Plus, over 30 other Comcast Business voice features to help improve productivity. For a limited time, save on an innovative voice solution for your business when you get fast, reliable internet. Get started with voice for just $24.95 more per month when you get any internet speed. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Offer ends 12/21/18. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to one voice line and available only to new Comcast Business customers. Early termination fee applies. Requires Comcast Business Internet and additional monthly charge. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Certain voice features only available for an additional charge.
Frank Duran, the real estate man. Whether buying or selling, you can't do better.
We literally work to earn your business every single day. We do not hold you to a long-term contract.
You won't believe the level of service when you list your home.
We send in a cleaning crew and a virtual tour crew right off the top.
He has stats to prove he sells faster and for more money.
We not only sell your home faster and for more money, we back it up.
Frank Duran, the real estate man with RE/MAX Alliance. 303-920-1622.
This is Ed Green, and a lot of people my age have shoulder pain and rotator cuff tears. If you do, you need to call Dr. Joanne Halbrecht at Boulder Regenerative Medicine. Dr. Halbrecht's an orthopedic surgeon and renowned expert in regenerative medicine and stem cell therapy. Dr. Halbrecht can provide surgical and non-surgical options to treat your shoulder pain or rotator cuff tear. So stop living with pain and call Boulder Regenerative Medicine at 303-449-8807, 303-449-8807, or BoulderInstitute.com.
I've bought more guns at one place than any other place in my life, and that's at Gunsport in Boulder. You'll find Gunsport at 14th and Arapahoe in Boulder. Easy drive. Go up and visit the guys and tell them Michael Brown sent you. Gunsport at 14th and Arapahoe or online, gunsport.us.
Is your heating and air conditioning system on the fritz? Did you know more than 70% of household energy consumption is from heating and cooling? Winter is on the way, folks, so don't just repair it. Call Solar for America and completely replace it with a brand new HVAC system with zero down and payments as low as $59 a month. Get a fast free quote right over the phone and we'll get you installed in just one day. And you heard right. With your good credit, finance a brand new state-of-the-art heating and AC system with zero down for as little as $59 a month. Don't spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars making costly repairs when a brand new energy-efficient heating and AC system may actually save you money. If your HVAC system is 8 years or older, it's time to replace it. So get a free quote from the pros at Solar for America. Just call 888-912-7353. That's 888-912-7353. It's a brand new state-of-the-art heating and AC system with zero down for as little as $59 a month. 888-912-7353. 888-912-7353.
Do you hear that? Opportunity knocking. Save thousands on new Champion windows and other exterior upgrades. Announcing the Champion Your Home Sale. 30% off new Champion Comfort 365 windows. 25% off new siding and sunrooms. Plus, get 60 months low-interest financing. I'm Tom Martino, and I wholeheartedly endorse the Champion Window Company on my referral list at referralist.com. Book today. GetChampion.com. Champion designs, builds, installs, and guarantees their products. Enjoy them for years to come. Opportunity is knocking. 30% off new Comfort 365 windows and 25% off siding and sunrooms. Champion Your Home Sale. GetChampion.com. That's GetChampion.com. Champion limited lifetime warranty applies to Comfort 365 windows as long as the original purchaser owns the home, subject to qualifying credit approval. Minimum purchase required. All discounts applied to our regular prices. Cannot be combined with other advertised offers. See store or website for details.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Why isn't a burger cheaper when you ask for no onions? I don't want them, so shouldn't you deduct the price of the onions, right? Otherwise, I'm paying for the onions, but I'm not receiving any onions. Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer.
What do you hear? Most people just hear an engine. We hear a 6.2-liter Hemi V8 with a supercharger that accelerates so fast, it'll suck the air out of your lungs and knock you back in your seat like you're an astronaut in a rocket ship hurtling through the stratosphere. But then again, we're not most people. We're the Brotherhood of Muscle. Dodge. Domestic, not domesticated. Dodge is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Hey, Mark Hope with Action Computers, and I would just like to thank the thousands and thousands of KHOW listeners that have made Action Computers the largest computer service and sales company in the Rocky Mountain region.
Action's done sales and installs for everything from a 300-computer call center to KHOW listeners' home offices. If you're a listener and not a customer at Action, you're paying more for your laptop, desktop, monitors, printers, everything.
He's got a point. Computers are really inexpensive nowadays, and if your child is doing their homework on their cell phone, you don't have to do that. Cheap computers and real solutions at Action Computers.
Back to school for our KHOW listeners' kids or grandkids, MacBooks, only $129. HD touchscreen tablets for your student, starting at just $64.
And don't forget, Action has incredible and fast service on your computer. Wherever you got that computer, Action can fix it. They have 2 locations, North Metro, 80th and Wadsworth, and South Metro on South Colorado, south of U Hills between the Shays Artiste Theaters and Sprouts. Check out Action online at actionpc.com.
Ross Kaminsky, mornings 5 to 10.
I think people give more honest opinions when they're betting than when they're answering a question such as in a political poll. What do you think? Let's talk about it with an expert gambler. Wednesday morning at 7:05 right here on 630 KHOW.
You know, I think the funniest thing that happened in politics recently is Elizabeth Warren doing her DNA test, which she apparently didn't actually do the test. She just hired this consultant, Bustamante or whatever his name is, that works with Ancestry.com and 23andMe, and they just did, I don't know how they did it, but they did some sort of analysis. And when you do it, and then it turns out that you are 1,024th of some sort of Native American blood, you're in essence no Native American blood. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you're much more of something else than you are Native American. But the best part of it is how she thought. Now think about this. She's thinking, okay, I want to run for president in 2020. So I want to get ahead of this story right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go consult with this guy that works with these other companies, and I'm going to prove to the world that I am 132nd or 116th or 164th. I mean, any of those numbers would have been respectable numbers. If the DNA test had come back and it had shown that she had 164th of Native American blood in her, I actually think Donald Trump would owe her some money. But when it comes back and it's 1,024th, then, sister, you just screwed up big time. But not only did she screw up big time, she goes on this Twitter storm. She goes on this Twitter storm about, ha, 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 look at me, I've shown you guys, well, ha, ha, ha. And it completely backfires. So for an entire news cycle now, 21 days before the midterm elections, when the Democrats are desperate to focus on not Kavanaugh, not Blasey Ford, not Dr. Ford. They're determined to focus on, well, like in Colorado, Jared Polis wants everybody to focus on all the free stuff he's going to give away, but we'll get to that in a minute. Instead, Elizabeth Warren has sucked all of the air out of the room, and she has focused at least one news cycle, if not more, on her stupidity. Bill Jacobson, who is a law professor at Cornell, points out the absurdity.
Your viewers need to understand how deceptive Elizabeth Warren was in claiming Native American heritage, Native American ancestry. She did not claim it when she was a child. She didn't claim it for college. She didn't claim it for law school. She only claimed it when she was in her late 30s and beginning to climb the law school ladder, the law professor ladder from the University of Texas to Harvard. That's the only time she's ever claimed it. She never affiliated with Native Americans. She never helped Native Americans. She was never a faculty advisor for Native Americans. She got herself listed as Native American so she could be declared a minority law professor, and she did that when she was climbing the ladder, and we know why she did that. She can say whatever she wants, but everybody understands this is a woman who built her political narrative claiming that other people are rigging the system. She tried to rig her career by claiming a status to which she's not entitled.
But wait a second. The Boston Globe told me a little while back that claiming to be the first non-white female Harvard Law School professor had no effect at all on her ascent within Harvard Law School. She didn't get any benefit from that. Is that true?
Well, we don't know that because Harvard has never released her complete hiring file. What the Boston Globe had were documents Elizabeth Warren provided to her, documents a few other people provided to them. But to my knowledge, and I specifically asked their reporter this question and never got an answer, her complete hiring file was never released. So, yes, there may be nothing there, but does it really matter whether she benefited? She tried to benefit. She tried to get an advantage over other people by claiming a status to which she's not entitled. It's the worst form of cultural appropriation or misappropriation, which is a very hot topic in progressive circles. She tried to misappropriate the identity of one of the most victimized people in history, or at least in recent history, which is Native Americans. And progressives seem not to care.
And in particular, the Cherokee Indians. Does anybody, I'd be curious. If you're over on the YouTube or you're on Twitter anywhere, does anybody know what the Trail of Tears is about? Anybody? Do they even teach that anymore? So what Elizabeth Warren has managed to do is in an attempt to inoculate herself against this continuing mockery by not just Donald Trump in particular, in her attempt to inoculate herself against further mockery, and in preparation for a 2020 presidential run, she has actually set this up as a campaign issue. It has done exactly the opposite of what she intended it to do. I said she went on this tweet storm. She started out by saying, bottom line, my heritage played no role in my hiring, ever. The app Boston Globe reviewed all the evidence. Their verdict, at every step of her remarkable rise in the legal profession, the people responsible for hiring her saw her as a white woman. Except now we know from Professor Jacobson that the Boston Globe does not have the Harvard hiring file. Can anybody say, Barack Obama, where are your college records? Where are all of your transcripts? Where are all of your hiring files? Then she tweeted out, I won't sit quietly for @real Donald Trump's racism, so I took a test. But DNA and family history has nothing to do with tribal affiliation or citizenship, which is determined only by tribal nations. I respect the distinction and don't list myself as native in the Senate. Nobody ever said you did. And then she continued on with 23 more tweets. Kind of interesting, huh? 23andMe, 23 more tweets. Yeah, this is going to haunt her forever.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW,
An iHeart radio station.
with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
From the Fox Business Network, quite a selection for anyone shopping around for work. Job openings jumping to more than 7.1 million, the most since the government began keeping records back in 2000. In fact, there are now 902,000 more open positions than unemployed people in the country. That is also an all-time high. Signs of the strong economy and strong earnings helping the market have its best day since March. And speaking of earnings, Netflix blowing past profit estimates after the market closed on Tuesday. The company saying it signed up nearly 7 million new customers last quarter. That was much more than expected. And Walmart is joining forces with Advanced Auto Parts to help rev up online sales. The two creating a specialty auto parts store on Walmart.com. It's expected to open in the first half of next year and will include same-day delivery. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Connell McShane.
The worst commercial ever.
Say, Jan, as a fellow respected small business professional, I wonder, who do you use for commercial auto and business insurance?
Progressive, of course. They helped with a customized insurance solution for my busy florist company.
I'm so glad we had this chance encounter in this busy restaurant.
Yes, that fake conversation was brutal. Whereas commercial auto and business insurance through Progressive is anything but. Visit progressivecommercial.com to quote today. Insurance provided and serviced by Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. It's affiliated and third-party insurers.
This report is sponsored by CC's.
Trouble on I-25. It's a slow one for you coming out of the tech center. Stop and go traffic on northbound I-25. Also jam-packed downtown. An accident northbound I-25 near Colfax. Left lane blocked, struggling there from University. Up north, there's some protesters on an overpass caused an accident. Southbound I-25 at Erie Parkway. Southbound I-25 stopped about 8 miles. Solid delays. Lanes are blocked off southbound I-25 at Erie Parkway. And an accident backing up eastbound I-70 at Pena Boulevard. Then it's forecast. Tonight, clear skies, low of 32. It'll be sunny tomorrow with a high of 53. 59 Thursday. Right now, it's 54. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
Try CC's new Meat Eater and Supreme Endless Pan Pizzas, now for a limited time. Load up on crust and toppings, not on price. Starting at just $5.99 on the unlimited buffet. Only at CC's. Prices and participation vary. Taxes and drinks excluded. Restrictions apply.
Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair is taking the mystery and fear out of the repair process. Now, they'll find and fix any problem on your car for a guaranteed $89 plus parts. That's all you pay, or the visit's free. And if the problem is major and they can't possibly fix it for $89, they won't charge you a dime, but you'll get a comprehensive written diagnostic. That's fine, fix, or free. $89 at Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair. 303-781-9858. 781-9858.
I recently learned that the average person spends 24 hours a week online. As a small business owner without a website, that means they spend exactly none of those hours with me. Yikes. I had to fix that and fix it quick. So I went with GoDaddy. I grabbed the right domain name, then chose from hundreds of modern, customizable designs created for all kinds of businesses, from restaurants to real estate. In no time, I connected my social profiles to my site and used simple tools to climb higher in relevant Google searches. And get this, I can update my site anytime, even from my phone. With no technical skills, I built my site in under an hour. And when I needed help, their award-winning 24/7 support was at the ready. Boom. Make your idea real, like I did, and make your own way. Start for free at GoDaddy.com. All the tools and help you need to succeed online.
This is Dan Kaplis. Our firm has been blessed with a lot of success, for which we're very grateful. When folks ask why we've been so successful, I tell them it's two things. First, we don't have cases, we have causes, and we carefully choose the causes we take on. Whether it's a husband or wife who can no longer support their family because some drunk or drug driver busted them up, or the loved ones of a beloved who was killed by someone else's recklessness, we only pursue important causes. On top of that, we only represent good people. Whether that's the good person who's homeless or a Fortune 100 CEO, we get to choose who we represent, and we could not be more proud of our clients. And because we accept these righteous cases on a percentage fee basis, Good people with good causes don't have to worry about whether they can afford to pay us. If you need our help, please give me a call at 303-770-5551. That's 303-770-5551 or dancaplisslaw.com. That's dancaplisslaw.com.
FAST is crystal clear calls on the nation's largest gig speed network. Beyond FAST is advanced voice solutions from Comcast Business that grow with your business. Like being able to join conference calls with one touch, without clumsy dial-ins and pins. And a Be Anywhere feature that lets you make and receive calls from any device and have them appear to be coming from your business line. Plus, over 30 other Comcast Business voice features to help improve productivity. For a limited time, save on an innovative voice solution for your business when you get fast, reliable internet. Get started with voice for just $24.95 more per month when you get any internet speed. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Offer ends 12/21/18. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to one voice line and available only to new Comcast Business customers. Early termination fee applies. Requires Comcast Business Internet and additional monthly charge. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Certain voice features only available for an additional charge.
Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
I'm an Indian outlaw, half Cherokee and Choctaw. My baby, she's a Chippewa, she's a one of a kind. All my friends call me Bear Claw. The village chicken is my pawpaw. He gets his orders from my mom.
Cousin Pete sent this article from Vox.com. The headline is, "The Senate represents states, not people, and that's the problem." The subheading is, "States as states do need representation in the federal government, but under the Constitution, they have far too much." Well, isn't that a crop of malarkey? Yeah, I wanted to say something else there. But of course, the fact that the Constitution does something isn't the same as that something being good. We continue to debate the Constitution itself, and specifically the disproportional Senate. If our intuition tells us that there's something wrong when a minority has that much power, we should pay attention. The Senate's equal representation of states, not people, should be discussed on its merits. I don't think it stands up. This is one of the stupidest articles I think I've ever read. Why do you think we have 2 senators for every state? Because the Senate was supposed to represent states. The Senate no longer represents states. The Senate now represents the entire population of a state. The whole idea behind the Senate, behind having a bicameral legislature, a lower house and an upper house, was based on one simple fact that I think most Americans don't know. The federal government didn't form the states. The states formed the federal government. The states are supposed to be over the federal government, except in those areas where the Congress and the Constitution gives the federal government certain enumerated powers. The idea behind a bicameral legislature was that the lower house would be divided among the several states so that the population would be represented proportionately, so that individuals could be close to the representatives that go to Washington to represent them. For example, the population of Colorado has increased so substantially that we will probably get an additional, I don't think 2, but at least 1 additional congressman after the next census. Some states have 1 congressman, still have 2 senators, because the idea was you wanted to equalize out heavily populated states with less densely populated states. All of the power to start spending money, to raise taxes, was supposed to start in the House of Representatives so that the people, if we get pissed off enough, which we don't get pissed off enough, that we got tired of being taxed out the wazoo, we would have a chance every 2 years, to entirely wipe out the entire House of Representatives and say to them, don't you dare raise taxes on us again. Or you're spending too damn much money. And so we wipe out the entire 435 members of the House. That would teach them a lesson. Before the 17th Amendment, the Senate was determined by state legislatures. And I know that people, we've become so brainwashed that we think, oh my God, we don't want the Colorado legislature picking our 2 U.S. senators. I do. And I do for a whole host of reasons. First and foremost, take a state like Colorado, where the Senate is controlled by the Republicans and the House is controlled by the Democrats. They have to come up with one individual approved by the governor to represent the state of Colorado in the U.S. Senate. Who's that one individual going to end up being? Well, I'm not talking about an individual name. I'm talking about who would that person represent. That person would be somebody that everybody talks about reaching across the divide, reaching across the aisle. Everybody talks about bipartisanship, which I think is a bunch of BS. Well, here's a chance. If you really want bipartisanship, think about the Colorado legislature or whatever state you live in. If the Democrats control one house and the Republicans control another, think about this for a minute. They would have to agree upon somebody that they could all pass in both of their houses, send that name to the governor's office, have that name approved and sent to the U.S. Senate. That person would be beholden to the state of Colorado, to the state, so that when it came to issues like federal funding for this or that, that would be their priority. Not a pothole somewhere, or not some, determining some welfare program. That would be determined back in the states. The 17th Amendment was designed by progressives, by progressive Democrats, all under the mantra of one man, one vote. That's not how our system was designed. Our system was designed one man, one vote for the lower house. We still get to vote for our state senators and our state representatives. So if we don't like the individual that they pick to be the representative for the state of Colorado in the U.S. Senate, guess what we get to do? We get to vote those suckers out. It always comes back to the people having the ultimate authority to reject what the Colorado legislature might do, and we still have the authority to represent what the House of Representatives might do. But progressive Democrats didn't want that, because progressive Democrats knew that if they could have senators elected by popular vote, it gave them more of a chance to have a Democrat-controlled Senate than a Senate that is accountable to the states. You see, they destroyed the perfect symmetry that the Constitution had, because it goes back to that point which most Americans refuse to acknowledge. The states created the federal government. It wasn't the other way around. And if you think the federal government has grown too big, too out of control, you can trace it right back to the 17th Amendment.
Text Michael a piece of your mind. Send your message along with his name, Mike, to 57739.
This report is brought to you by Westera Credit Union.
I-25 continues to be a trouble spot, jammed up in the tech center. An accident south on I-25 at County Line. Couple lanes are blocked off. Running real heavy there as you pass Hamden on down, backing up the 225 interchange. Delays downtown. Got a crash northbound I-25 near Colfax. Up north, northbound I-25 past Northwest Parkway, E470. Huge accident, 10-car pileup. Left lane is blocked off and a huge problem. Big accident southbound I-25 at Erie Parkway. Southbound traffic is stopped. Denver's forecast tonight, clear skies, a low of 32. Sunny tomorrow with a high of 53. Right now it's 54. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHEL.
Tell your bank to take a hike. You live in Colorado, so bank like a local. Switch to Westera Credit Union and get a free national or state parks pass when you complete a free financial review and open a CD, loan, or checking account. Then tell your bank to take a hike.
Did you know you could be paying up to 80% less for your family's medications? How? With GoodRx.com. GoodRx compares prices of every FDA-approved drug at pharmacies in your area and offers free downloadable coupons at GoodRx.com, so you get the best deals on all your medications. You'd be surprised at how much the prices can differ, even at pharmacies on the same block. Last year, GoodRx saved Americans over $2 billion on their medications. And all it requires is going to GoodRx.com, entering the name of your medication, and presto, find the best price, download the free coupon, and begin saving. Imagine paying even less than your insurance copay. GoodRx can sometimes find you medications for free. There are never any fees, and no personal information is ever required to get a coupon. Think of it as a prescription for saving money at the pharmacy. Visit GoodRx.com today. That's GoodRx.com. Save today with GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance. Savings based upon retail price of medication without insurance.
Keep our schedule full? Seasonal incentives? Oh yeah. Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. Now is the time to call and save a full 12% off all services for select install dates. 800-362-8370 or drhi.com.
Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Vital home services that you should not entrust to just anyone. Fix It 24/7 thanks you for trusting them. The Front Range has responded to their excellence in service, products, and overall value. Fix It 24/7. A credit to the community and to its employees. If you'd like to be part of this service team of experts with excellent benefits, call them 720-526-3939. That's 720-526-3939.
Income is the outcome that matters most in retirement. Hi, this is Carlin Tucker. I've been in retirement planning and wealth management for over 35 years. If I doubled your portfolio, that might not change your lifestyle. You'd still be you. However, if I doubled your income, that can make a significant impact on your retirement. Whether you're retired or want to see how soon that can happen, give me a call to set up a complimentary, no-obligation visit, and I'll show you how I can help you get the most sustainable income out of Social Security, your 401ks, your IRAs, your rental properties, and your brokerage accounts. When you know what's coming in this month, next month, and every month thereafter, you'll be able to enjoy retirement to the fullest. Retire happy. Retire with Tucker. You can reach us at 303-734-1234. That's 303-734-1234.
This is not an offer to buy or sell. Securities are offered through Tucker Asset Management.
It's never been easier to get rewarded at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk. Sign up for the fan club because all new members win up to $1,000 fan play or other great prizes. Membership is free, and all new members are instant winners. Plus, provide a valid email address and you'll receive an extra $5 fan play. So come on down and let the winning begin at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk.
Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Garage doors are the largest moving fixture in your home, and just like a car, you should perform routine maintenance to keep them running in top shape. Go to ankbar.com to schedule your planned maintenance and receive priority scheduling, 10% discount on repair services, and service you can trust. Make sure to ask about their LiftMaster specials to enhance your garage. LiftMaster and Ankmar, everything doors since 1956.
Homeowners, are you experiencing pipe leaks, low water pressure, or discolored water? These are all signs of old, failing, or corroded pipes. The only permanent solution is to replace your hot and cold water pipes with new high-quality PEX or USA Grade L copper pipes, a whole house repipe, and that's all Repipe Specialist does. In fact, Repipe Specialist has perfected their exclusive, minimally invasive home repipe, having completed over 40,000 homes in their 27 years in business. They've built a reputation on offering a clean, streamlined process for customer convenience, repiping an entire home in just 1 to 2 days, plus patching your walls. And when they're done, you'll barely even know they were there. For a limited time, get 20% off and 0% interest for an entire year on approved credit, plus a lifetime guarantee. Repipe Specialist provides a free in-home estimate explaining the process tailored for your home. Call Repipe Specialist today for your free in-home estimate at 888-503-1742. That's 888-503-1742. 888-503-1742.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years.
He was in big trouble.
We're going to take your house, garnish your pay.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm, and rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau.
I don't owe the IRS anymore. It was because of Optima Tax.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-960-1575. 800-960-1575.
Optima Tax Relief.
For details, visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Ross Kaminsky tomorrow morning 5 to 10.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
If Denver's talking about it, you'll hear it on 630 KHOW.
Heading down south to the land of the pines. I'm thumbing my way into North Carolina, staring up the road and pray to God I see headlights.
Boom, Angie, we got 1,700 subscribers on the YouTubes.
Ooh.
Don't mock me. Put your little chalkboard down and pay attention.
It's a whiteboard.
Oh, chalkboard, whiteboard, they're all the same to me.
No, they're not.
Yes, it is, because, you know, a whiteboard is racist. A whiteboard is racist. What about all of the people of color, the rainbow of colors that might be listening to the program today or watching? They're triggered by your whiteboard. I think you should have a pink board. You should have a green board. You should have a black board. You should have a yellow board. You should have an orange board. Jiminy Christmas! You know, one of these days I'm going to actually get a real producer. I don't know when, but someday I'm going to get a real producer.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Ever. You would cry if I wasn't here anymore.
I would what? Cry?
That's what I said.
Cry?
That's what I said.
You want to know how bad Democrats are? There's a story that I didn't get to yesterday. I didn't get to it yesterday, but I'm going to get to it now. Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. A veteran. No, not a veteran of the social justice wars, but a real veteran, is hired as the executive director of the Allegheny County, Pennsylvania Democrat Party. Now, I know you're asking yourselves, what the hell's a veteran doing being a Democrat? Well, some veterans are just, they're whack jobs, and so they end up being Democrats, and I just can't do anything about that. Listen to this.
That job over social media posts that he and his wife made before he was hired.
Uh-oh. Social media posts. I bet he said something racist. Mm-hmm. Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. He's a veteran. He's a white guy. You know he's a racist.
And tonight, in an interview seen only on KDKA, Mark Salvis defends his posts. Political editor John Delano has more.
Mark Salvis says he was forced to resign over two social media posts, one that he posted a year ago and one that his wife posted in July.
I was asked by the chair of the Allegheny County Democratic Party to resign my position due to the controversy that was taking place on social media, and I did.
What do you think it is? Any guesses? Of course it's something racist. Or maybe maybe he was, maybe he was having an illicit affair. I always was wondering about an illicit affair as opposed to a legitimate affair.
Former Marine and Gulf War veteran, Salvis was just hired in September as executive director of the county party, long after he posted this picture of his wife and him on Facebook with the words, "I stand for the flag, I kneel for the cross."
What more do you need to know about Democrats than this story? This is all you need. Yes, I'm generalizing, but you refute this. I challenge anybody to refute this. The Democrats hire a guy to be their county executive director, Allegheny County, Democrats, white guy, veteran. Then they start digging through his social media accounts, and they find out that he says, "My wife and I stand for the flag." Yep, your ass is fired. Unfreaking believable.
Salvis says he was forced to resign over two social media posts, one that he posted a year ago and one that his wife posted in July.
I was asked by the chair of the Allegheny County Democratic Party to resign my position due to the controversy that was taking place on social media, and I did.
A former Marine and Gulf War veteran, Salvis was just hired in September as executive director of the county party, long after he posted this picture of his wife and him on Facebook with the words, "I stand for the flag, I kneel for the cross."
I'm not ashamed of my patriotism, not one bit. I fought for this country. I think I've earned the right to have a voice and to be patriotic.
But he says NFL players can take a knee.
That's part of what the flag stands for. It gives them the right to do that.
The second post was an appeal by his wife for contributions to help the family of Officer Michael Rosfeld, awaiting trial for shooting Antoine Rose.
What happened to Antoine Rose was a tragedy. I don't think anybody doubts that. I think we can all agree on that. Young man lost his life, and that's a shame. Officer Rosfeld, Michael Rosfeld, is as close to me and my family as anyone could be. I have known that young man since he was literally 3 years old. They are family to us.
Salvis says, like the Rose family, the Rosfeld family is struggling with the tragedy.
They have been there for us in hard times, and my wife and I just felt it was necessary to be there for them because family backs family.
Party officials would not comment on Salvis's forced resignation, saying it was a personnel matter. But State Representative Jake Wheatley says the comments were insensitive to an important segment of the Democratic Party.
As an official, he has to be very careful and sensitive that his words and his posts are not necessarily just his. They are reflective of the party in its entirety.
Hashtag bite me.
Centennial Gun Club is the most advanced gun club and range in Colorado. Hi, it's Ross, and for beginners and experts alike, CGC has an experience for you. Check out CentennialGunClub.com/KHOW for upcoming classes and events. That's CentennialGunClub.com/KHOW.
This is how people react after seeing their Willow Creek Way independent dentist. And why not? It's exceptional dental care. Your way. Whatever that way is. With no pressure, no fear, and no judgment.
Wow!
We'll even play your favorite music while you're here. Plus, new Willow Creek Way patients receive a free Philips Sonicare electric toothbrush. For exceptional dental care your way, visit willowcreekway.com.
Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
clear skies tonight with a low of 34 degrees. Sunny for the rest of the week. 63 on Friday and Saturday, 68 on Sunday.
This report is brought to you by Audi Flat Irons.
This is Ryan Watson, Vice President and General Manager of Audi Flat Irons and Audi Boulder Service. When was the last time a dealership delivered the experience you were looking for? From the first mile to the last, your experience is our #1 priority. Visit us at AudiFlatIrons.com or AudiBoulderService.com.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
Giving them the benefit of the doubt. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. The president saying he spoke with the Saudi king and crown prince, and they continue to deny any involvement in the disappearance of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Khashoggi, a known critic of the monarchy, went to the Saudi consulate in Istanbul earlier this month to file routine paperwork related to his upcoming marriage and hasn't been seen since.
President Trump has given an interview to the AP in which he says this is clearly a case of guilty until proven innocent. His quote exactly there was, "Here we go again, you know. You're guilty until proven innocent. We just went through that with Kavanaugh." But evidence against Saudi Arabia is mounting. Turkish authorities have finally been allowed to search the consulate and claim to have found evidence that Khashoggi was killed inside, despite some of the surfaces having been painted over in an apparent attempt to conceal evidence.
Fox's Benjamin Hall in Istanbul. A Mississippi sheriff says a grandmother has been charged with first-degree murder after her 20-month-old granddaughter was found stabbed and burned inside an oven. 48-year-old Carolyn Jones jailed on a $500,000 bail. President Trump with a warning to the leader of Honduras over a caravan from that country that's making its way to the U.S.
This is the second time this year that President Trump has threatened to cut off aid to Honduras over one of these caravans. And his latest warning came today on Twitter. He says the U.S. has strongly informed the president of Honduras that if the large caravan of people heading to the U.S. is not stopped and brought back to Honduras, no more money or aid will be given to Honduras, effective immediately. And the message was really driven home by Vice President Mike Pence, who says that he spoke on the phone with the president of Honduras and told him, quote, "The U.S. will not tolerate this blatant disregard for our border."
Fox's Kristen Fisher in Washington. This is Fox News.
There's nothing small about your business. Your passion, your hours, your reputation, it's all huge. Your partnerships, even bigger. With Dell Small Business Technology Advisors, you'll get the tech, advice, and one-on-one partnership to help your business grow. Because with reliable Dell PCs with Intel Core processors, you can focus on what matters most, getting business done. Call 877-BUY-DELL to speak with an advisor today. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
To experience relief from muscle cramps in your legs and feet, use TheraWorks Relief. This non-greasy foam is proven to relieve muscle cramps fast and reduce muscle soreness. TheraWorks Relief can also prevent muscle cramps before they start, so you can get a full night's sleep without having to worry about muscle cramps. TheraWorks Relief only takes minutes to apply, absorbs quickly, and it works. TheraWorks Relief is a life-changing product, and you don't even need a prescription. Get TheraWorks Relief today in the pain relief aisle at Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens pharmacies, or TheraWorksRelief.com.
Now in
KHOW News Time, 6:03.
Wolf Creek won the statewide battle to be the first ski area to open this season, but now comes news of openings for Arapahoe Basin and Loveland. A Basin will open on Friday morning at 9. Loveland will open on Saturday. Ballots are in the mail. In Avon, voters will decide whether to add a $3 a pack tax on cigarettes. The American Cancer Society's Cancer Action Network is supporting the tax idea. It would also apply to e-cigarettes. A Colorado firm suing Facebook over their recent announcement of a security breach affecting millions. Frank Azar and Associates filed a class action lawsuit last week. The suit seeks damages and credit monitoring services for about 30 million users caught up in that hack. At least 2 Coloradans have joined the lawsuit. After our recent snowstorm, parts of Denver look like there's a carpet of downed tree leaves. The Denver Public Works Department urging you not to blow those leaves into the street where they can clog sewer systems. That's the latest. I'm Kathy Walker.
This report is brought to you by American Financing.
I-25 continues to be a trouble spot. Big delays up north. I-25 both directions. Nissan Intelligent Mobility can reroute you around any delays. Big accident, 10 cars, northbound I-25, just past Northwest Parkway, E470. Left lanes are blocked off, pretty solid there from 136th Avenue. And southbound I-25 still at parking lot. All lanes have opened. Southbound I-25 at Erie Parkway. That accident's gone, but those jams are solid back to about 8 miles. That will get better. In the Tech Center, an accident on southbound I-25 at County Line. Then forecast, tonight clear skies, low of 32. Sunny tomorrow, high of 53. Right now, 54. For the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
Refinance and use your equity to consolidate your high-interest debt into one low payment. You could be saving $500 to $1,000. American Financing, 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
Your shot at $1,000 right now. Text the nationwide keyword BANK to 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's BANK to 200-200.
Hey, Mikey.
It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown. Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
A Fort Smith Popo Saturday fatally shot a man who threatened somebody with a knife. The officer who was not identified shot Samuel Morris, 27, during a response early Saturday morning to a domestic disturbance involving weapons. The officer shot Morris when Morris refused to drop the knife after the person he was threatening broke free and officers tried to disarm him, according to the Fort Smith Popo. Authorities took Morris to a local hospital following the incident, where he died of his injuries. The Fort Smith Popo is committed to a transparent and complete investigation, according to the press release. I don't know. What do you think? Domestic disturbance call. You're threatening somebody with a knife. They break free, which implies that they were under the physical control of the thug with the knife. When the Popo try to disarm him, he refuses, and they end up shooting him. Justifiable homicide. Orem, Utah. Police officials released the name of a teen who was shot and killed in Orem Friday after he came at officers with a knife. You know what this tells me? This country needs common sense knife control. I don't know how many taxpayer relief shots we have done just in the past 48 hours that involve knives. People, this has to stop. I can't keep doing taxpayer relief shots day in and day out where you dumbass thugs are taking knives. Can't we kind of mix things up a little bit? Can we not get, like, I don't know, a baseball bat now and then? Can we not get like a bazooka now and then? Come on. Lieutenant Craig Martinez with the Orem Police Department said the two officers responded to a home on a family problem. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you, but some of you, if the Popo showed up every time there was a family problem, there wouldn't be enough cops to go around. I'm talking about you. Shortly after they arrived, two of our officers encountered the suspect who came at them with a knife. What is wrong with you, stupid thug? Well, stupid and thug, same thing. One of the officers tried to tase him. Don't tase me, bro. That was unsuccessful, at which time both of our officers ended up firing several shots. He was shot in a bedroom. I don't know why that's important, but that's in the story. He was shot in a bedroom. He was taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Thus ends the reading of the taxpayer relief shots for today. Pivot? Oh, I got plenty of ways to pivot off a taxpayer relief shot. How about this?
Are you willing, though? I think you're saying you're...
Leslie Stahl, the queen of 60 Minutes.
It's under consideration.
No, I want all the laws changed.
The
there have to be
children
consequences, Leslie, for coming into our country illegally. And part of the reason I have to blame myself, the economy is so strong that everybody wants to come into the United States.
Can I just ask this simple question, yes or no?
Anytime you ask a politician to answer a question, I don't care whether it's the Donald, I don't care whether it's the local dog catcher, yes or no, you ain't going to get a yes or no question answer.
Are you willing to reinstitute that policy? You said we're looking at everything.
They're talking about the policy of separating the Rugrats from their putative parents, more than likely an MS-13 gang member trying to sneak through, when they illegally cross the border. I'm still amazed by this whole controversy. We separate parents from their children all the time, and nobody bats an eye. I think thinking like a liberal, I think what we ought to do is that you and I should become outraged. I'm so tired of outraged, I say, outraged, that every time a mother or a father is convicted of a felony, or I don't care, just any misdemeanor, and they end up in the city and county of Denver jail, or they end up in the Colorado State prison, or they end up in Supermax. I think we ought to just send the kids down with them. We can't have this. Or if you want to think like a super liberal, like an uber liberal, then what we ought to do is, if you are a parent and you get convicted of a felony, like one of our taxpayer relief shots, you wouldn't be convicted if it was a taxpayer relief shot, because you should end up dead right there. But let's just say you get convicted of, I don't know, manufacturing of meth with intent to distribute, and you get sentenced to 10 years. You know how you get your sentence commuted? Produce a Rugrat. Yep. Your Honor, I'm a father. I can't go to jail. Oh, why didn't you say that earlier? If we had known that, we wouldn't have wasted all the time with the trial. Just show us that you got a kid, because we can't separate you from your child. Now, we know you got like 14 baby mamas out there, but all the Rugrats could go with one of the 14 baby mamas, but we can't do that. No. So you ain't going to jail. And you could have saved us all of this time if you had just told us that you had a kid.
Are you willing, though? I think you're saying it's under consideration.
No, I want all the laws changed. There have to be consequences, Leslie, for coming into our country illegally. And part of the reason I have to blame myself, the economy is so strong that everybody wants to come into the United States.
Can I just ask this simple question, yes or no?
Go ahead.
Are you willing to reinstitute that policy? You said we're looking at everything. Yes
I will only,
or no?
You can't say yes or no. What I can say is this. There are consequences from coming into a country, namely our country, illegally.
I'm not going to ask it again.
You don't have to.
Okay.
But it's the same as Obama.
Okay. Changing subjects again. You are the first president of the United States who never had a political post before, never served in the military. You come up here, you've been here for almost 2 years. What's the biggest surprise? And what have you learned since you've been president?
Okay, so I always used to say the toughest people are Manhattan real estate guys and blah, blah. Now I say they're babies.
Who's
the babies? Toughest? The political people. This is the most deceptive, vicious world. It is vicious. It's full of lies, deceit, and deception.
Who'd have thunk it?
You make a deal with somebody, and it's like making a deal with that table.
Give me an example.
Well, I don't want to give you an example. I'm not looking at it. In the meantime, nobody's been able to do what I've been able to do. Remember that. When you look at taxes, you look at regulations, you look at making deals with other countries, nobody's been able to do anything like this. Actually, most people didn't even try because they knew they didn't have the ability to do it. But it's a very deceptive world. The other thing I've really learned is I never knew how dishonest the media was. I really mean it. I'm not saying that as a soundbite. I never knew how dishonest.
I'm going to change the subject again.
Well, no, but even the way you asked me a question, like about separation.
Yeah.
When I say Obama did it, you don't want to talk about it.
No,
When I say I did it, let's make a big
I'm
deal
going to
out of
run
it.
your answer, but you did it 4 times.
I'm just telling you that you treated me much differently on the subject.
I disagree, but I don't want to have that fight with you.
Hey,
all right,
it's
we're
okay.
having another fight with you.
Leslie, it's okay. In the meantime, I'm president and you're not.
I didn't play it just to get to that point. I played it to point out he thought New York real estate deals were nasty and real estate developers and dealing with the unions and all of those goons were bad. But then he got to Washington, the most deceptive, deceitful, nasty place on earth. Second to motion.
Text Michael a piece of your mind. Send your message along with his name, Mike, to 57739.
This report is brought to you by American Financing.
I-25 still a mess. Traveling up north, big delays continue both sides of the highway. Southbound I-25 at Erie Parkway. Earlier accident, the crash there is gone. All lanes have opened, still have miles of backup. That is getting better. Huge accident, 10 cars. Northbound I-25 past Northwest Parkway, E470 in those left lanes. I-25 jammed through the tech center with an accident. Southbound I-25 at County Line. Plenty of crash down south. Southbound I-25 after Toma Road. Then with forecast, tonight, clear skies, low of 32. Sunny tomorrow with a high near 53. 59 Thursday. Right now it's 52. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHAL.
Refinance and use your equity to consolidate your high-interest debt into one low payment. You could be saving $500 to $1,000. American Financing, 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
You know, I told you a couple of years ago I turned down endorsing a solar company because when I looked at their business plan, it just didn't make any sense. Well, that's no longer the case with Zoetic Solar. With Zoetic, what they do is they simply replace your current electric bill as payment for your own solar panels. What does that mean? Your monthly out-of-pocket is the same as your electric bill, but now you own that energy source. You're not renting it. No down payments required, and once your panels are paid off, you have free energy for your house. You own those solar panels. You don't rent them. This obviously gives you more money in your pocket and increases your home's value. And when Zoetic puts solar panels on your roof, they're also going to insulate your attic, which it probably needs, and put in a smart home thermostat for free. Saves you even more money. The other reason I like Zoetic, Colorado owned and operated. They're right here in Denver. So if you've been thinking about solar for your home, I want you to call these guys right now and just get a free quote. 888-637-4447. That's 888-637-4447.
Can regular exercise and the right medication help you feel better and perform your daily activities? A research study at the University of Colorado Anschutz Medical Campus will look at changes in physical function and cardiovascular risk among men and women aged 60 and older with high blood pressure when provided regular exercise and one of 3 medications commonly used to treat high blood pressure. You may be eligible to participate if you're over the age of 60, have high blood pressure, and are not currently exercising, and do not have a history of heart disease. Benefits to you include a free health screening, a supervised exercise program, and financial compensation. Contact us to see if you might qualify. To learn more about the study and to find out if you qualify, call 720-848-6376. That's 720-848-6376. Contact us at 720-848-6376. That's 720-848-6376.
You know, sometimes in radio, you meet with a potential sponsor and you sit there and you're talking to them and suddenly you realize that you really like that individual. If you ever needed their services, this is exactly who I would turn to. Well, I met one of those people recently, personal injury attorney Mark Simon. Mark personifies my view of what great lawyers should be. Mark is compassionate, caring, hardworking, and he's tenacious. And I know you and I are bombarded with attorney ads on radio and television. So let me tell you why I think you should hire Mark Simon. Simply because I would. Mark's deep conviction about caring for his clients, I think, stems from his background as an RN. My respect also stems from his experience. You see, Mark only takes cases that are legitimate, where people have been denied just compensation for their injuries, and Mark does the work himself. And as a lawyer, that means a lot to me. So if you, a friend, or a family member have been hurt in an accident at work or anywhere, call the lawyer that I would call, Mark Simon, 303-321-HURT, 303-321-HURT, or coloradolawyer.net.
John Elway here. Is refinancing your home the right call? Well, an easy way to answer that question, talk to one of the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing. They're going to listen to your needs, discuss your financial goals, and then customize a loan program to save you the most money. That's why they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. I'm here with Gabby from American Financing. Tell us more.
That's right, John. We take pride in our customer service and do what it takes to help customers save up to $1,000 a month. Hi, it's Gabby Maldonado, co-founder of American Financing. If you're a homeowner, now is a great time to take advantage of low mortgage rates. You're able to consolidate high-interest credit cards and student loans into a lower-rate home loan without paying upfront fees. Best of all, you could potentially save up to $12,000 a year. What are you waiting for? Give American Financing a call today.
Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or AmericanFinancing.net. American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
FAST is crystal clear calls on the nation's largest gig speed network. Beyond FAST is advanced voice solutions from Comcast Business that grow with your business. Like being able to join conference calls with one touch, without clumsy dial-ins and pins. And a Be Anywhere feature that lets you make and receive calls from any device and have them appear to be coming from your business line. Plus, over 30 other Comcast Business voice features to help improve productivity. For a limited time, save on an innovative voice solution for your business when you get fast, reliable internet. Get started with voice for just $24.95 more per month when you get any internet speed. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Offer ends 12/21/18. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to one voice line and available only to new Comcast Business customers. Early termination fee applies. Requires Comcast Business Internet. An additional monthly charge. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Certain voice features only available for an additional charge.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
And not to mention the shedding, I would vacuum the carpet 3 times a week. Frodo was scratching all night long, bouncing on the side of the bed, keeping me awake the whole entire night from all the scratching and chewing. It kind of makes you neurotic.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy?
Mounds and mounds of fur all over the place.
Come to Dinovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
If you want the dog to be healthy, you got to feed it something healthy.
Dinovite is nutrition. The omega-3 fatty acids, flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
Our vitamins and enzymes replace the nutrients cooked out of most commercial dog foods.
He gobbles it up. He's not up all night scratching. His shedding is minimal, and it is such a pleasure to have my calm, relaxed, non-shedding puppy back. And I have to thank Dinovite for that.
Don't let your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy.
Come to Dinovite for help.
859-428-1000. 859-428-1000. DINOVITE.com.
Tom Martino, the troubleshooter. Tomorrow morning at 10.
Consumer problems, questions, and complaints. We'll battle them for you. Give me a call coming up tomorrow at 10.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino on 630 KHOW.
Melania Trump was also interviewed by ABC News. She held her own. I thought she did fantastic. But of course, ABC News. Do you love your husband? Are you and your husband in love? Seriously? That's what we're going to ask the First Lady. When asked about women accusing men of sexual impropriety.
I support the women, and they need to be heard. We need to support them, and also men, not just women.
Do you think men in the news that have been accused of sexual assault and sexual harassment have been treated unfairly?
We need to have a really hard evidence that that if you're accused of something, show the evidence.
Wow. If you're going to accuse somebody of something, show the evidence. Well, we did have the evidence. It was a blue semen stain on a semen stain on a blue dress. That may have been blue semen. I don't know.
He didn't do that to the men.
The Kavanaugh hearing also turned attention back to the Me Too movement, which complicates Clinton's place in women's history. In the 1990s, she stood by her husband, Bill Clinton, as he denied allegations of sexual harassment and assault.
What role, if any, did you play in criticizing the character of the women who have accused Bill of sexual misconduct?
None.
Ah! Oh. Hillary Clinton, James Carville, and George Stephanopoulos all controlled the war room and the bimbo eruptions. They are pathological liars. Back it up, because the question is pretty straightforward.
As he denied allegations of sexual harassment and assault.
What role, if any, did you play in criticizing the character of the women who have accused Bill of sexual misconduct?
None.
Man, you know what word I want to use. Bull crap. Absolute, utter bovine feces.
No role.
No role. I take responsibility for my life and my actions.
But you don't. Because you were part of the cover-up trying to take these women that your husband had been philandering around with and shutting them up. You played an active role in that. It's pretty easy now to just deny it, but it's part of our history.
He also stood by his side as he was impeached after lying about his affair with a White House intern. Some today have said he should have stepped down.
In retrospect, do you think Bill should have resigned in the wake of the Monica Lewinsky scandal?
Absolutely not.
Why do you think she thinks that?
Wasn't an abuse of power?
No.
Hillary Clinton's a lawyer. Hillary Clinton should understand that under federal discrimination statutes and sexual harassment statutes, someone who is in a position of authority, I don't know, a boss at work, who engages in sexual activity, consensual or not, statute doesn't differentiate. Statute doesn't care. If you're in a position of authority and you engage in sex with a coworker, you're violating federal law. Does it make any difference whether it's male, female, female, male, 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 female, female? Doesn't make any difference. So if that's true in the private workplace, because the theory is if you exercise that kind of authority over a coworker or an employee in the private sector, imagine what it's like when you're the president of the freaking United States of America and that employee is a 21, 22-year-old intern. Hillary, you know better. Now, whether he should have resigned or not, I'm not going to sit here and do what everybody else does, and that is judge something in history through the lens of whatever today's norms are. I'm not going to do that. So if she wants to say Bill shouldn't resign, that's fine. But to sit here and just deny that there was anything wrong, she's out of her ever-loving mind, which literally I think is true.
No.
There are people who look at the incidents of the 90s and they say a president of the United States cannot have a consensual relationship with an intern. The power imbalance is too
Who was
great.
an adult. But let me ask you this. Where's the investigation of the current incumbent?
There is no allegation whatsoever that Donald Trump, as president of the United States, has engaged in sexual activity with anyone. That all predates his election. A convenient fact conveniently ignored.
Against whom numerous allegations have been made, and which he dismisses, denies, and ridicules. So there was an investigation, and it, as I believe, came out in the right place.
That incumbent may well be one of the reasons so many women are running for office.
When we get back, I rarely play late-night comedy bits because I find them tedious. Trevor Noah is a little offended by that. And then I want you to think, too, how many women's groups have come out and condemned what Hillary said? You can add them up during the break.
Text Michael a piece of your mind. Send your message along with his name, Mike, to 57739. This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
This report is brought to you by Audi Flat Irons.
Big delays continue up in the Thornton area. I-25 jammed both directions. A big accident northbound I-25 just past Northwest Parkway, E470. It's 10-car pileup. Left lanes are blocked off. Northbound I-25 past Northwest Parkway. Pretty solid there from 120th. That's going to cost you some time. Southbound I-25 at Erie Parkway. That big accident is gone. Jams in the Tech Center. Had a wreck southbound I-25 at County Line. All lanes have opened there. And an accident eastbound 70 near Quebec. Then with forecast, tonight clear skies, a low of 32. Sunny tomorrow with a high near 53. Right now, 52 degrees. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Thielen, 630 KHOW.
This is Ryan Watson, Vice President and General Manager of Audi Flat Irons and Audi Boulder Service. When was the last time a dealership delivered the experience you were looking for? From the first mile to the last, your experience is our #1 priority. Visit us at AudiFlatIrons.com or AudiBoulderService.com.
Mike Brown here for Mike Ward Infiniti. Now, if you're looking for an Infiniti, a Maserati, a Fiat, Alfa Romeo, or heck, even a McLaren, I want you to go see my old high school buddy Mike Ward. You're going to find him over at C470 in Lucent. Be sure and tell him Michael Brown sent you. And like Mike says, just drive it.
Grainberry, healthy cereal for your family.
Okay, kiddos, breakfast is served.
Yay!
Sugar cereal again, Dad. And you are?
Here to switch your cereal with Grainberry cereal with Onyx sorghum, a special grain that's better than whole grain oats or wheat alone.
But does it have flavor?
Tons, plus more antioxidants than any other cereal, fruit, or vegetable.
Antioxidants?
Ah, you're cute.
Look for Grainberry cereals with amazing Onyx sorghum.
Grainberry.
Find that perfect lot to build your next home. This is Dave Logan. AAA Home Improvements is the only design, build, general contractor I personally endorse for a lot of reasons. After over a decade of being a leading home renovator, they now offer custom home building. In today's low inventory and expensive housing market, building your next home may be the best option. Let AAA design and build a custom home that suits you and your family. Call AAA Home Improvements, 720-981-4269.
Are you a plumber, HVAC technician, or electrician? Do you feel valued and appreciated? Fix It 24/7 is now the fastest growing home service company in Colorado. They give the absolute best service to their clients by employing the best technicians in the industry. Fix It 24/7 has the best pay, benefits, reputation, and great culture. You will never work for a better company that cares more for their team and clients. Fix It 24/7 is now offering a $7,000 sign-on bonus to the next 2 hires. Hurry, apply today at fixmyhome.com. That's fixmyhome.com.
Hi there, it's Denise Plant, and I'm here with my friend Denise Gonzalez of Pollard Miller Law Firm. Pollard Miller specializes in divorce and family law. Let's focus on our assets. What happens when you own a business?
When you own a business and you're going through a divorce, that business might be the subject of the proceedings, depending on how the business was set up, if it was a business that was established before or during the marriage, and whether or not the business has any value.
What assets can be protected during a divorce?
Your separate assets, anything that you came into the marriage with, so long as you can establish what the value of that asset would be at the time of marriage. However, without a valid prenuptial agreement, any increase in value on your separate property, for example, a house that you may have owned before you got married, the increase in that value could be considered marital.
If you need experienced, aggressive representation for a family law matter, find Denise Gonzalez online at pollardmiller.com to get more information. pollardmiller.com. pollardmiller.com. That's Pollard with a T.
It's never been easier to get rewarded at Isle
Casino Hotel Blackhawk. Sign up for the fan club because all new members win up to $1,000 fan play or other great prizes. Membership is free, and all new members are instant winners. Plus, provide a valid email address and you'll receive an extra $5 fan play. So come on down and let the winning begin at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk.
Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official rules. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
No one wants to get their sewer checked until it's too late. Don't be one of those people. Call Alpha Omega Sewer and Drain to make sure your water pipes and sewer are in good shape. Alpha Omega doesn't want to push unnecessary sales on you. The only thing we want to push are affordable prices for repairs and replacements you need to keep your family safe. Just because you don't see your pipes doesn't mean you don't need to take care of them. Drain cleaning is just $89. Call Alpha Omega Sewer and Drain. We'll beat any big box written estimate. We're Colorado proud and LGBT friendly. Call Alpha Omega today at 720-322-6467. Sinking, heaving concrete, cracks in the garage, basement, sidewalk, stairs, and front porches shifting? Don't replace, fix with Crackerjack Mudjacking. 303-410-7787. 410-7787. CrackerjackMudjacking.com.
The Epson EcoTank printer, available at your local Staples, comes with up to 2 years of ink right in the box. That's up to 2 years worth of reports and proposals. Up to 2 years of not running out of ink when you need to print 5 copies of a report for a meeting starting now. And during Staples printing event, save $100 on the Epson EcoTank 4750. Plus, trade in your old printer and get another $50 off. Up to 2 years worth of ink and no hassle printing. Now at Staples. Offer ends 10/20/18.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station.
So Hillary Clinton doesn't care to discuss Bill's dalliances with an intern. Even in light of everything going on, she still is in denial. 5 major women's advocacy groups: the National Organization for Women, Time's Up, Planned Parenthood, Ultraviolet, and Feminist Majority, have remained silent on her remarks. Just silence. Trevor Noah, on the other hand,
Hillary Clinton is back in the mix. She's stumping for candidates. She's going on a national tour with Bill. Although, if she keeps having interviews like this, one from yesterday, she's probably going to want to go back into the woods.
A new interview with Hillary Clinton is getting a lot of attention for what she is now saying about her husband's affair with Monica Lewinsky.
In retrospect, do you think Bill should have resigned in the wake of the Monica Lewinsky scandal?
Absolutely not.
It wasn't an abuse of power?
No.
There are people who look at the incidents of the 90s and they say a president of the United States cannot have a consensual relationship with an intern. The power imbalance is too great.
Who was an adult. But let me ask you this. Where's the investigation of the current incumbent?
No, Hillary. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Look, here's the thing. That's not cool. Maybe it was different in the 90s, but today I think we're all understanding that there's a massive power imbalance between an intern and the president of the United States, right? I mean, forget intern. A president with anyone is a power imbalance. Like if President Obama texted me, hey, Trevor, you up? I'd have to let him smash. Yeah. And then he'd be like, actually, I just want to know if you're watching the game. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, I knew that. Of course I did. Yeah. And what's also not cool is Hillary trying to deflect and make this about Trump. Like, you're not in a position to be throwing stones at someone, Hillary, especially when you're literally sitting in a glass house. All right, but let's move on to another awkward story about the past. America is having a big fight right now over historic statues. Do you tear them down? Do you leave them up?
He makes a good point. But nobody cares, except I think the Democrats do. And I actually think that's why Democrat women's groups are remaining silent. It's counterintuitive. They keep thinking if they just don't say anything, she will go away. What they don't realize is the Clintons never go away. You're 21 days away from the midterm elections, and you got Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren out there, who thinks that she's going to somehow inoculate herself against claims of racism and this stuff about she's a Cherokee Indian by doing the DNA test, and it blows up in her face. It eats up the news cycle. Hillary Clinton goes out and says that dumbassery about Bill didn't do anything wrong, they were both adults, right in the middle of the Me Too movement, right after the Kavanaugh debacle. By the way, did I mention he's now Justice Brett Kavanaugh? Right 21 days before the midterms. So I am not surprised in the least that these women's groups remain silent, because they just want her to go away. But it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen at all. In Arizona, you have a candidate, Kristen Sinema, who a couple of years ago said this.
No. I don't think... me as an individual, if I want to go fight in the Taliban army, I go over there and I'm fighting for the Taliban. I'm saying that's a personal decision.
I don't care if you want to do that. I don't care if you want to do that. I don't care if you want to do that.
I don't care if you go join the Taliban. She's running against a decorated war vet. I think we'll pick up the Arizona Senate seat. Just a gut feel. I think we'll pick that one up. Jason Seiler, probably not aware of him, he does a great YouTube channel, had this to say about Kanye West. I'm not a fan of Kanye for a whole host of reasons, but this makes sense.
Let's talk about Kanye West for a second. No, I'm not a fan, and no, I don't believe he's a musical genius either. He's just a guy who has realized that he's not allowed to think freely as a black American, just like Candace Owens or Brandon Tatum found out. If you don't go along, you won't get along. Maxine Waters actually said that Kanye sometimes talks out of turn. Could you imagine a white politician saying that about Taylor Swift or Madonna, or any other white person for that matter? I have never once thought that white people should agree with anything that I believe simply because of the color of my skin. How racist would I have to be to think that way? Trump's been in office for more than a year, and he hasn't done one thing that has hurt the black community. Black unemployment is the lowest it's been in decades. So maybe all the Democrats' talk of racism is just fear-mongering, and Kanye figured it out. He admits that he's not necessarily a conservative and that he didn't even vote in the last election. He just wants to think for himself, which happens to be something different than what's expected of him to think by Democrats. And look at the backlash he gets. The Democrats have been the party of every bit of racist legislation throughout history. And to change their public perception, they've created this myth of the parties switching sides. But they can't really point to any racist legislation that the Republicans have written or passed into law, which I think would be necessary to prove that claim. They talk about dog whistles or coded language or voter ID laws as an example, but the majority of blacks actually support voter ID laws. I truly hope there is an awakening happening right now. Kanye said that Obama was president for 8 years and nothing changed in Chicago. The truth is, Democrats have been running Chicago since 1931. The current city council is made up of 48 Democrats, 1 independent, and 1 Republican. And it's not just Chicago. They have similar majorities in Baltimore, St. Louis, Detroit, D.C., Oakland, and New Orleans. In fact, anywhere blacks are in trouble, Democrats are in charge. But somehow they still have you convinced that your problems are created by Republicans. It's time to wake up and start questioning the lies that you've been fed. The Democrats are still using your identity to control you. It used to be by force, but now it's by fraud. And that's a simple truth.
It is. I don't I don't necessarily agree with conservatives who are flocking to Kanye because of his support of President Trump. Kanye has no, in my opinion, political weather vane that tells him which way the wind blows. He's a celebrity. And without trying to be too demeaning, I don't really think he's all that smart. I may be wrong. I don't know the guy. All I know is the public persona. But I think we ought to be careful when we flock to him because, oh, look, there's a black guy that supports Donald Trump. What we should focus on instead is exactly what Jason says, and that is how Democrats react to it, not how we react to it.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
This report is sponsored by Wingstop.
Problems continue slowing up these highways up in the north end. I-25 is stopped. Huge accident, 10 cars. Northbound I-25 past Northwest Parkway. E-470 in those left lanes. Northbound I-25 struggling from 120th. I-70, there's problems. Eastbound I-70 right at Colfax, out in the Golden area. That's a report of a car fire backing up traffic. And an accident eastbound I-70 out near Pena Boulevard. That's been cleared. Got a wreck down south. Southbound I-25 past Tomer Road. Then forecast tonight, clear skies, low of 32. Sunny tomorrow with a high near 53. 59 Thursday. Right now, 52. With the traffic and weather, I'm Susan Phelan, 630 KHOW.
Now, Wingstop delivers the bold, crave-worthy flavors you want right to your door. So relax. Go to wingstop.com today and have all the big flavors and bold sides you crave delivered to you.
FAST is crystal clear calls on the nation's largest gig speed network. Beyond FAST is advanced voice solutions from Comcast Business that grow with your business. Like being able to join conference calls with one touch, without clumsy dial-ins and pins. And a Be Anywhere feature that lets you make and receive calls from any device and have them appear to be coming from your business line. Plus, over 30 other Comcast Business voice features to help improve productivity. For a limited time, save on an innovative voice solution for your business when you get fast, reliable internet. Get started with voice for just $24.95 more per month when you get any internet speed. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Offer ends 12/21/18. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to one voice line and available only to new Comcast Business customers. Early termination fee applies. Requires Comcast Business Internet. An additional monthly charge. Equipment taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Certain voice features only available for an additional charge.
It's said that death and taxes are the only two certainties in life. A third you hope is a financially secure retirement. That requires a plan based on your purposes. What do you want to do? Where do you want to live? Travel. How much income will you need? When to take Social Security? And an estate plan for your loved ones. This is Mike Rosen for Ridgegate Financial, a registered investment advisory firm led by its founder, Wally Smith. Wally's team at Ridgegate invites you to sit down with them in crafting a plan to get you to and through a contented retirement. They'll review your pension and retirement income, advise you on Social Security options, stress test your portfolio, and recommend ways to improve your probability of success. For your free personal retirement review, call 303-PLANNER, that's 303-752-6637, or online at ridgegatefinancial.com.
Ridgegate Financial is a registered investment advisor firm, and Wally Smith is an investment advisor representative of the firm offering financial planning, insurance, and investment services.
Hi, this is Congressman Ken Buck, and I approve this message because I cherish Colorado values. Honesty, family, loving our neighbors, and I share Coloradans' disgust with human trafficking. I've worked hard with my colleagues in Congress to end this evil practice. We passed legislation to close legal loopholes that help protect traffickers and child pornographers. Our legislation empowers government agencies to combat trafficking and bring criminals to justice. Data systems and information sharing are strengthened so Americans can work together to protect those who would be innocent victims of human trafficking. These bills send a broader message that everyone in this nation should join the fight against child exploitation. We are all guardians of our nation's youth. I'm grateful for the opportunity to work on this important issue. With your support, I'll keep fighting for Colorado values in Congress.
Paid for by Buck for Colorado.
This is Dan Kaplis. The best thing about being a personal injury lawyer for the past 34 years is the people that I get to be around. So many people who have suffered a serious injury or have lost a loved one to a wrongful death respond to that with superhuman courage, faith, and determination that inspires everyone around them. They will not be broken. They demand justice, and they want to help make sure that the wrongdoer does not hurt or kill anyone else. It's a privilege to be chosen to fight for such courageous people, and because we take righteous cases on a percentage fee basis, we're able to help courageous people from all walks of life, from the poorest of the poor to CEOs, police officers, farmers, teachers, and professional athletes. If you need my help, please give me a call at 303-770-5551. That's 303-770-5551. Or hit dankapleslaw.com. That's dankapleslaw.com.
I've bought more guns at one place than any other place in my life, and that's at Gunsport in Boulder. You'll find Gunsport at 14th and Arapahoe in Boulder. Easy drive. Go up and visit the guys and tell them Michael Brown sent you. Gunsport at 14th and Arapahoe or online, gunsport.us.
My number 2 does not look like a number 2. I don't know what to call it. Is there a number 3?
Table for 4, please. Anything close to the restroom.
A middle seat with these stomach problems? That's my fear of flying.
Sound like you? If it does, you could be one of the many people with a digestive condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. Even if you don't know what EPI is, you might know the symptoms: frequent diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain. If you have even just one of these symptoms, you could still have EPI, because not everybody experiences EPI the same way, which is why it's so important to open up to your doctor about all your symptoms. And the good news is, EPI is manageable, so don't keep a lid on it. Go to identifyepi.com, complete the symptom checker, and use it to have a conversation with your doctor. Don't keep a lid on it. Visit identifyepi.com. Brought to you by AbbVie.
Ask Alexa to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear Glenn Beck tonight at 7.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
If Denver's talking about it, you'll hear it on 630 KHOW.
Think it's time for a change. You may get disgusted, start thinking that I'm strange.
Scott Adams, the creator of Dilbert, who does a daily kind of Periscope kind of thing, talked recently about Democrats and gun control.
Somebody on Twitter suggested that since the Democrats seem to have a temperament problem, and at the same time, the Democrats are anti-gun. All right, so put these two together. The Democrats are anti-gun, and they also seem to have a temperament problem because they're rioting and they're doing the cathartic theater thing.
Cathartic theater. That's what's going on in Portland. Yeah. Antifa presents cathartic theater.
So somebody suggested that we pass a law that Democrats can't own guns. Now, the first time you hear that idea, passing a law that says Democrats can't own guns, the first time you hear that, you say to yourself, well, that's a ridiculous, just joke idea. But here's what's so funny about it. If you're a Democrat, don't you believe that some gun control is better than none? Right? So if you were to say to a Democrat, let's just be completely rational here, Republicans will never give up their guns. But you Democrats believe, that more guns is worse and more people with guns is worse. So why don't we start somewhere where we can all agree? Let's just start where we all agree. We all agree that if you're a registered Democrat, you shouldn't have a gun. Now, would Democrats disagree with gun control for Democrats? It's an interesting argument, isn't it? Because on one hand, it's ridiculous on its surface because you don't make laws that only affect some people who have, voluntarily signed up to be in a party. You don't do that. But on the other hand, it's what they want.
And if you go back to the beginning where he says...
Somebody on Twitter suggested that since the Democrats seem to have a temperament problem...
And aren't we concerned about people who have a mental illness, who are perhaps not in control of their faculties? I'm not talking about college presidents who have no control over their faculties. I'm talking about an individual who has no control over their mental capacity or mental abilities. Makes a good argument. Got to start somewhere, even if it saves one life, right? Democrats, no guns for you. To prove that if you live long enough, what goes around eventually comes back around again. You may or may not recall the housing crisis. George W. Bush tried to avert it by trying to get Congress to rein in Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. But oh no, Democrats kept pushing and pushing and pushing, mandating that you give loans to people that couldn't otherwise pay them back. So CNBC reports today.
What if I said that this program offers no down payment loans to borrowers with poor credit and Bank of America is backing it? It is not the old subprime.
Sounds like it, though. Sounds exactly like it.
What if I said that this program offers no down payment loans to borrowers with poor credit?
No down payment loans to borrowers with poor credit. Bank of America supports it. I'd like to know just what does Bank of America have to risk?
And Bank of America is backing it. It is not the old subprime.
Magdalene Altador wanted to be the first in line.
I left home, it was about 4 o'clock this morning.
First to apply for a no down payment, low interest mortgage at a special 4-day event in Miami.
I did own a home in the past. I went through foreclosure.
I've been on a home in the past and I went through foreclosure, and now I want a home with no down payment.
And I'm ready to purchase a new home.
No down payment, right?
The event is one of several being held in cities across America this year, run by the nonprofit brokerage Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America.
It's a national disgrace about the low amount of home ownership, mortgages for low and moderate income people and for minority home buyers.
Bank of America is fueling the program with $10 billion in mortgage commitments.
Now, Bank of America is a federally regulated bank. It's backing this with billions of dollars. So they will issue the mortgages. I bet you they don't hold the mortgages. I bet you they sell them off. And as those mortgages get sold off to more and more different entities, somewhere down the line, eventually, federal insurance will kick in, and every one of these that goes into default, who will be left holding the bag? Taxpayers.
Do you see any risk to Bank of America?
No, it's total upside.
Oh, total upside. Anybody tells you there is no risk, run away.
We have seen significant wins in this partnership.
The mortgages are at below market rates, about 4.5%. They are fixed rate, 15 or 30 years, and borrowers have to go through financial counseling, full documentation to prove their ability to repay this loan.
There's the only difference I could find. Full documentation. At least in the old subprime days, you didn't even have to do that. Just assure us that you can pay it back. Mark my words. This same old song.
That's pretty much all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has left the building.